Salute to the chat, salute to the chat, salute to the chat. What's good, what's good? Wigmate 912. Back in your area, man. Let's do a mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Make sure y'all hit that like button on your way in. Salute, 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 salute. Yeah. We ain't gonna take too long to get this show going today. We just gonna give y'all a little minute to get in here. Fouling rotation. Now, while y'all wait, man, I want y'all to rate this new song. Excuse me. Rate this new beat for my homeboy Jimmy McFly. Salute to Jimmy McFly for the 5 beat, man. Y'all let my homie Jimmy McFly know what y'all think about this dope beat. Now give us about 3 minutes. We're gonna let everybody fall in here. What we got tonight? We got Big U. We have a brother that's telling a story about Big U concerning Nipsey Hussle. So we're gonna cover that for probably about our first 30 minutes to an hour. And then we're gonna get into the process of the YSL trial, day 19. There was some interesting things. They went back to name dropping. You had LeBron James' name mentioned again. You had Lil Wayne mentioned again. There were some other people that they mentioned. I just woke up, so my brain a little foggy. But we're gonna get into it, man. It got a little spicy out the gate. But like I say, man, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Y'all check out the beat from my homeboy Jimmy McFly, and we're gonna get right back into the content in a couple of minutes. In your area.
He good. He good.
Salute to all the people coming in. Salute Iceberg Fatty. I appreciate everybody pulling up. Salute Joshua Hawkins. Shout out Crystal Williams. Shout out Cheryl Hodges. Steady grinding. Jimmy McFly. Carl Belton. David Johnson. Anybody pulling up. Anybody pulling up. I don't want to miss nobody. I'm just getting myself rolled up, man. I just woke up from my little nap, after work nap. I had a little running around to do after work. And I ain't gonna lie, I had a little frustrating moment today. So, you know, I'm getting my head back down cool, man. I had a little frustrating moment, man. Wifey took one of the trucks to get a plug. And these motherfuckers that took our tire off, y'all, they forgot to put the fucking hubcap back on my shit. Y'all know these rims are $300 a piece? Do y'all know that these rims, they don't sell them no more? So we can't order new rims. And even if we do order them, they're $300. It's gonna be $300 for one rim. One rim. All we needed y'all to do is put a fucking $15 goddamn plug in the damn on the damn tire. $15 damn plug on the tire costs a nigga $300 damn dollars. Or we gotta go around with an ugly ass, with 4 nice ass rims. Rims are nice. 20-inch rims, but one of them got the goddamn cap missing off of it. You know how crazy that look? Nobody want to roll around. I want my woman looking good when she jump out that thing. The fuck? We like look good when we goddamn pull up. You want to fuck up my goddamn shit. Then we go up here. I gotta go. See, I think I gotta go up there tomorrow. Cause Bay went back up there, and they gonna say, well, it probably fell off. Bitch, I had this truck for 2 years. Ain't shit ever fell off of it. Now all of a sudden it's falling off. All of a sudden it fell off. Then stop the cap. So yeah, that kind of got us in a sour mood today. But I'm pretty sure after this blunt I'll be over it for right now. Until I walk outside tomorrow and I see that motherfucker. Now let me see what's going on in this chat. Hey man, yeah, OG man, my Bucks man, they fought hard. We had a lot of injuries, man. You know, they fought hard though, man. You know, Detroit just played really good, man. Detroit played mistake-free football. I'm not even mad at Detroit because they deserve it more than anybody else. If we'd have lost the Eagles, I would have been mad. You know, not that the Eagles ain't good or nothing, but I would have just been mad. If we'd have lost to anybody else, I would have been a little mad. But the Detroit Lions, I'm rooting for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm rooting for the Detroit Lions, man. You know, we had us a Super Bowl within these last 10 years, so hey, we it ain't like the Lions. They never, ever had a playoff run like this. So, you know, it's time to pass the baton or whatever. We you know, we got to regroup and all that stuff like that. I hope the Detroit Lions make it to the Super Bowl. I actually hope they win the damn Super Bowl, to be honest. Since they done knocked my team out, I'ma root for them. Either them or Baltimore. Now, if they have to play Baltimore in the Super Bowl, I'm going for Lamar. I want to see the greatness in Lamar. I want people to know that man earned his money. But I'm cool with Detroit, man. Detroit can have that. Yeah, they can have that a little bit. But all right, y'all. So let's get into the content, man. I hope everybody. I knew Iceberg was gonna say something. Iceberg said, "I'd be damn if Detroit make it to the Super Bowl. They gotta get over the San Francisco dead body, Iceberg." Oh man, they gonna have to get over. They gonna have to get over San Francisco dead body, man. Yeah, my son hit me up disappointed that Green Bay couldn't pull that game out. Green Bay was supposed to win that game, man. If Green Bay would have kicked the field goal instead of going for it on 4th and short early in the game when the score was 3-0. Think about this. The score was 3-0. And the Green Bay was moving down the field and they was in field goal range. They decided to do a no huddle and go for those inches, do the Philly shuffle. They didn't get it, and then that's when San Francisco went down there, scored a touchdown, and it went 7-3. Then, you know, it was kind of back and forth the whole game. But But if they would have kicked that field goal right there and went up 6-0, made San Francisco go down the whole field, San Francisco might have wouldn't have scored that touchdown. Green Bay was hot. Green Bay was scoring every time, damn near every time they got the ball. And that would have kept them up possibly 3 points the whole game. And then they missed the field goal also. And then at the end of the game, what they end up losing by? A field goal. They end up losing by a field goal. So Green Bay beat themselves. San Francisco, they looked like trash. But they do got somebody named McCaffrey. Yeah. They got the best running back in the league, and he saved their ass once again. McCaffrey saved their ass once again. So if Detroit want to win this game, Detroit, they're going to have to stop the run. But at the same time, San Francisco going to have to stop the run too. Because Detroit, they have a hell of a run game duo. Both of their running backs are healthy right now, which when we beat Detroit earlier this season, both of their running backs wasn't healthy, so we seen the difference. So both of their running backs are healthy right now, so Detroit will be a force to be reckoned with. But anyway, oh yeah, before I get to the content, I did want to, I don't know how y'all pool sheets look, anybody that's been playing the pool or whatever, but I do have an undefeated ticket, and if you played the pool this week, which is I think the last week of the pool, I thought it was last week, but it actually was this week. If you undefeated right now, you still have a chance to win the money. Only thing that the only thing that got thrown in there this week though, since it was only 6 games, there was he put the AFC and the NFC game in there. So right now, all I need the AFC to win, and I need to hit the tiebreaker just to tie with somebody else. I got 53 as my tiebreaker for the AFC to NFC game. It probably will be a higher scoring game than that, but I took that shot with one of my tickets, so we got 53. So hopefully, let's keep our fingers crossed, man, that the AFC win next week, and the score be maybe what? Let's see, 25-28. If we can get a 25-28 score with the AFC winning next week in the Pro Bowl, it's gonna be giving away a lot of money. It's gonna be giving away a lot of gifts. But salute to the chat again, man. Let's get to the content. Oh hell no! Hold up. Damn, y'all, my sounds ain't working. Can y'all hear my effects? Let me double check. I don't know why my effects ain't kicking in. Let me make sure. Was y'all able to hear any sound effects? I don't know what's really going on with my sound effects, babe. Yeah, that's crazy. I can't hear my sound effects, y'all. All right, I gotta figure out what's going on with that. But salute to Jimmy McFly for that beat, man. I hear what you sampled in that beat. I like that. Yeah, I'll fix the sound effects, man. I ain't gonna go through it right now. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know what's really going on. But we'll figure it out on another occasion. All right, so let's get into the content. All right, y'all. So today we had day 19 of the YSL trial. Day 19 of the YSL trial. They took a week off. They took Martin Luther King week. They didn't take Martin Luther King day. They took Martin Luther King week. They got one black judge. Now they need the whole damn week off when it's time to for the celebration of a black man. Shout out to the judge for getting the whole week off. That's how black folks do in Atlanta. That's how black folks do, man. Take the whole damn week off. You know this is a courtroom full of black folks. Take the whole week off for Martin Luther King. But they back in court, back in session. And it got a little spicy out the gate. I don't know if anybody watched the trial today, but I'm definitely going to go over it for y'all. But before we get to the trial, man, some shocking news got dropped today. Is that music too loud, y'all? I'm going to turn it down a little bit anyway. Y'all let me know if that music too loud, if it's drowning out my voice. But, yeah, there was some shocking news that was dropped today on No Jumper, Adam 22, if you're not familiar with that. The news was about the rapper Nipsey Hussle, right? And yeah, we know Nipsey Hussle been dead for what, about 2 years now? But, you know, when you're a legend, when you're a rapper and all that stuff, these things still gonna come up. So Nipsey Hussle been dead for about 2 years now. Now, we all know every time Wack come around, there's gonna be some bullshit thrown in the game. Sometimes Wack be on all the bullshit. Sometimes Wack be telling the dead ass truth. Now, we heard about a year and a half ago, maybe it was less than that, because I know I covered it. Well, Wack was threatening that he had videotape footage of Nipsey Hussle, baby mama, allowing other niggas to fuck her and, you know, filming it or whatever, and then, you know, kissing niggas in the mouth and saying neighborhood crip. Not Nipsey. I'm talking about the bitch or something. I don't know. It was some weird shit. Everybody was mad at Wack, like, nigga, why you saying that, nigga, that? But nobody ever said he was lying. All the neighborhood crips was mad and everything that he put the information out there. And Wack was threatening, hey, if y'all niggas want to keep talking, I'll put that footage out there. But like I say, you never know what kind of freaky deaky shit niggas be into. Nobody ever came out and disputed that. Nobody ever came out and disputed that. So it makes me think there was a little truth to it. But I'm glad he didn't put it out, man. Let that man rest in peace. Let that man rest in peace. I don't want it. I didn't want to see it. I really didn't want to see it. Yeah, he said Nip was in the video too. He said they were running the train on the girl and she'll suck one nigga up and then turn around and suck him up and then kiss him in the mouth and they'll say neighborhood crip or some shit like that. I was like, oh, hell nah, this too much for me. Salute, Mika. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I was like, nah, that's too much for me. That's too much for me. But now there's more, not about that. Nah, not from Lord London. His baby mama before Lord London. I would have really been heartbroken if I would have known that Lord London did that shit. Wow. Yeah, I would have been heartbroken about that. But nah, it was his baby mama before Lord London. Now, this dude here, that's what y'all see on the, let me make sure y'all can see. Oh, y'all see it. This dude here that's on the screen, on Adam 22 No Jumper, that was, the girl that was in question was his cousin. The girl that was in question was his cousin. So I kind of think that he knows about this too. Nah, Lord London is Lil Wayne's baby mama, yeah. But that wasn't the girl that they was running the train on and doing the, you know, the other shit with. But yeah, Lord London is Lil Wayne's baby mama also. So, this dude that's on the screen right now, he's gonna tell a shocking detail about Big U. And as he's going on with it, I'll expound over it. But I don't want to tell y'all, I don't want to spoil the surprise. So let's get into it. Fair use, fair use. I hope no jumping on. You know, I know he got a team of motherfuckers, so we're gonna do this the right way. We just gonna expound on it. We're gonna break it down at what we hear. This content, Wack can't present. Y'all know when Wack hears some messy ass shit, Wack like, what? Hold up. Nigga, I gotta set you up to deliver this to the world. Especially if you're an op. I ain't gonna say Nipsey Hussle is an op to Wack, but I don't think they rock together, you know. Hold on, y'all not getting no sound right now? Mic check, mic check, mic check. Y'all can't hear me? Or y'all couldn't hear the video? Could y'all not hear me or the video? Okay. Okay, y'all can't hear the video. Alright. Damn, my settings. I don't, man, I'm, this shit's starting to piss me off. This shit fuck with my settings every single time, y'all. Every damn time. What the fuck? Hold on, y'all. Let me figure out what the hell. Let me try it again. Nope, still ain't nothing. Yeah, let me run this video through StreamYard then. Let me see if that'll help it out. Since y'all can hear through StreamYard. Alright, so let me figure out what's going on while we can't hear it through here. Sorry about that, y'all. Jeez Louise, man. If it ain't one thing, it's a motherfucking another. I know. I'm fixing the sound right now. I'm trying to figure out where all my sound went. I should have known something was up because I couldn't hear my my effects. So let's see if we can figure out where our sound went to. Let me see if I can see where anything has changed. Oh, okay, I see where it changed at. And this thing be switching up on me, man. It be switching up on a brother. All right, let's try it now.
Yeah, you got to elaborate.
There we go. Okay. All right, we back in action, y'all. I appreciate y'all for letting me know, and I'm glad it didn't take too long for us to figure it out. All right, let's get back to this action real quick. Let me change this back to how I had it. I appreciate that, y'all. I appreciate that. Salute Money Mo. Salute Steel J. Salute anybody who just pulled up. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button when you first come in. As soon as you come in, that way you don't have to remember to hit it later. So let me rewind this back just a little bit. So y'all can hear how this thing is about to pop off.
You know, you're doing something, you kind of listen to somebody talk, but you doing some other shit. Mm-hmm. And this dude did some shit, made me drop some shit.
Uh-oh.
I misplaced a little, I was putting together my remote control car. I done misplaced a piece, I still can't find it. And I told him, And you know me, Adam. If I get some information or some content, I'm going to fire your ass up.
Yeah,
I said, nephew, this content I can't present.
Like I was saying, this content Wack didn't want to present. Why? Because I believe what he's about to say, it's against the street code. But this dude here must really got some street cred. Because when they say snitching, I mean, we in the age of snitching, but I feel like Wack didn't mind lining this man up. You know, but I think this is something that Buddy wanted to say for a long time. Fellas, are y'all, hold on, let me move my picture real quick so y'all fellas can enjoy this nice young lady that's up here on the stage. Cause she think it's a pot of grits. Oh yeah, there y'all go. I'm gonna let y'all enjoy this young lady up here. She is thick as a pot of grits.
You gotta present it because you ain't lied to me yet. Because he's behind a lot that you've seen, you just should know it was him.
Okay.
We're gonna tell you off camera.
What kind of stuff?
He's behind a lot that if you see it on YouTube, you just say no, it was him. So I know he ain't no bull, but man, listen.
No, so
yeah, you gotta elaborate on this shit.
I got to, because at the end of the
Say, who is the dude looking like a bootleg Mano? So this dude here is is a reputable Crip. He was Big U's right-hand man. And I'll let him finish telling who he is. But he said Wack don't like Big U. True. But this man here is Big U's right-hand man. Literally his right-hand man. And they might be promoting something. I don't know. But we're going to find out soon enough if what he's about to say is true. Just because somebody don't like somebody, that don't mean they can't tell the truth on them. I'm just saying. So yeah, he might not like him, but you know how somebody don't like you, but that don't mean they won't hear something about you and go ahead and put it out. That don't mean it's not true though, just because they don't like him.
Today it's like dealing with, like, you know, when you're in hood politics and stuff like that. And, well, let me go back where it first started, right? So I ended up whooping Molly Ma ass, right? Put it on camera. Guy named Big U. It's cool. They used to be brothers, right?
That's talking about Big U and
Nah, they're talking about Marley Marl and Big U. Now, if you heard of Marley Marl, he's supposed to be a reputable gang member too. Yeah, they promoting the show. But in the show, the man saying that he has Big U on FaceTime telling him, well, hold on. I'm going to let them tell him. I ain't going to let you make me spill the beans, my opinion 2.0. You ain't got to believe it, bro. Just listen to the content.
Molly Marl.
No, Big U, Molly Marl, and you.
Yes.
Molly Marl, who you're friends with.
Yeah, that's my brother.
Right. Yeah, they used to be. They were all
Still my brother.
He put us on the phone together.
Still my brother.
Yeah. Molly Marl is a good dude. He just a scammer. So you know,
Molly's not a scammer.
Allegedly.
Molly Marl is a scammer on crazy.
You and Molly Marl
But they
is good.
cool. They still
No,
good.
me and Molly Marl is good.
He talks the truth, regardless
Molly's
they
not
like
a
it or
fucking
not.
scammer.
I fuck
You
with a
know
bunch
what?
of scammers.
This is what I'm
Okay,
saying.
look,
All the business I've ever did with Molly, he always delivered.
No, have you ever seen
just do
Molly
music.
Marl produce a song?
He has the producers.
No. Have
Pooh
you
Bear,
ever,
nigga,
Pooh Bear is a writer. Pooh Bear is.
He makes the
Justin
studio
Bieber, yeah.
available. He provides the beats.
And then-
he demos them. And then when people pull up, he press play. I got a hit. The Game and Jeremiah joint.
No,
came from Molly.
he's just saying though, he just puts his name on things. He don't really do it.
A whole bunch of these producers do
right
that.
about
That's
that.
smart. I
You
want to
know
start
that
doing
shit.
You right about
That's
that.
true.
That's a fact. Go ahead. We listen.
Okay, so basically, after I whipped Molly Marl ass for doing some bullshit, and then and Molly Marl would tell you, he was like, I was in the wrong, I was fucked up, I was going to jail, I was off drugs and stuff like that. I was just fucked up, so I don't know why I play with you like that.
I don't know that, Molly. I guess when I come around, I've never seen him do drugs or none of that shit.
Yeah. So, I told him that, and then I guess Big U told Marley Marl some shit, and then when Big U told Marley Marl some shit, he told you. Marley Marl told you.
He definitely told me.
And then you called Big U, and when you called Big U, he got mad because you outed him, or Marley Marl outed him. So he basically said, "Fuck you," and fuck Marley Marl. So
that's why he got mad at me?
He got mad at you because you called him as a man, and you stepped to him, and he felt...
Because Marley Marl's supposed to be his brother. I've seen Marley Marl bail him out of jail, give him his mansion, just give him...
That ain't the juice right there, y'all. We trying to get the juice, but I want y'all to hear everything in context. You know what I mean? So, and I know y'all don't know all these, you know what I'm saying, gang members and all that, but you do know Nipsey Hussle, you do know Big U. So it's going to get to the point in a second.
The fucking mansion and say, here go the...
Salute dead blacks.
Keys, here go the keys of my cars. You my brother, I love you. When he was short on money, Marley Marl go in his pocket, look out for him. I saw Marley Marl help his artists, give him free beats. So when I hear some shit like that, because it was a situation on Sunset, Marley Marl's eating. You see some guys pull up and they get at Marley Marl, right?
Saying what?
They get at him, ain't no saying nothing, action.
They beat his ass.
They beat his ass, okay.
They get at him, right? That's Luce. So I'm like, so I get the call, right? I'm like, he like, yo, I say, yo, who was that? He like, Luce Cannon. I say, what Luce? I say, where you from? Because I know it ain't him. Because Big U from 6-0. Ain't no way Luce get that Marley Marl like that. So when he say Luce Cannon, I'm like, from where? He like 6-0. I say, wait, that was Luce that did you like that? I said, hold on. So I called Big U. Hey, man, why is Luce doing that to bro? Now, you got to remember, me and Marley do real business. I come get a beat from him, you know.
So this is the situation where they're talking about where, you know, he told Wack something and Wack told Big U. But I think Big U didn't want Wack getting into Crip business. Like, nigga, why you in my business?
I pay him for his beat, give him his points. We got to hit him and
You gonna learn today, Money Mo. You gonna learn today who these people are. You know who Nipsey Hussle is. You know who Nipsey Hussle is. That's who this is gonna be about. Now, Big U, he's pretty much the face of the Crips. He's pretty much the face of the Crips. Outside of, I guess, Crip Mac and Nipsey Hussle. But everybody knows him because they know him from the extortion games that he been playing.
Him and Game and Jeremiah came from Marley, right? So Big U like laughs the shit off, right? So I'm like, yo, bro, what kind of shit you on? I thought Marley is, you know what I'm saying? What kind of shit you on?
Yeah.
Right? So then, you know, he started to make mention of certain things, and I guess he must have called you back or called Marley back. He called Marley back and said, you called Wack, and told Wack, and at this point in time, Marley like, fuck me calling Wack. What's up with your homeboys doing me like that? You know, I didn't let your kids stay. I didn't did everything in the world for you. What's up with your... And at that point in time, I think Marley's light came on.
Yeah, but see, people don't understand, like Big U, he got his...
Oh, okay, OG, you say Big U did it because he was pulling Keefy D on the internet, social media, speaking about it? Oh, okay. You putting me on something that I didn't know.
His name for dealing with, like, niggas like me. So it's not like he actually doing work or putting in work himself or whatever. He just... do it and then put his name on. Same thing like what Marley Marl do. Marley Marl act like he...
So he's speaking on Big U now. He's saying they ain't like Big U do what he say he actually do. It's niggas like this guy right here that put in the work. This is the muscle of the game. And, you know, niggas like Big U take credit for it because he got a dude like this as his right-hand man. So he part of the beatdown crew, pretty much. Salute, Ob Jones. Salute David Johnson.
made this beat and take a picture in front of the studio, but actually he's selling you somebody else's product. You get what I'm saying? That's what Big U do. He finesse niggas. He acting
But is
like
that somebody's product? Because if Marley Marl provide the workplace, he provide the tools, and he say, "Yo,
And don't
I'm
give
gonna let
nobody
you.
credit.
I'm gonna let you work here, and we're gonna cut this shit up. My influence is gonna bring the artist here to move the product." I never heard Marley say he did some beat.
But what kind of shit are you saying that Big U does
Yeah,
that
we
he
hearing
then
this shit.
stamps but doesn't actually do? You're talking about like
so
street
no,
shit?
Yeah, they're like street shit. So
So y'all see how Wack playing it right now. Now, Wack been doing some slime shit lately. I ain't gonna lie. I seen some shit earlier where Wack is between JT, the bigger figure. I don't know if y'all know of JT. I'm a fan of JT, man. I love his Trap Flicks series. I love all his old hood movies. I remember it was a one point in time, nigga, I was watching all JT, the bigger figure shit. He's been an independent artist for a long time. I rock with that dude, man. You know, he's giving me shout outs on his channel. Stuff like that. So salute to JT, the bigger figure. But he's connected. He was trying to start his new podcast, and he was thinking about calling it No Jumper South. No Jumper South. Do y'all know who that pissed off? Guess who that pissed off when that man said he gonna motherfucking name his shit No Jumper South. So, Wack, he's an ally with Adam 22, and there's a dude in Clubhouse named Stan G from Memphis. He has this little phrase that he like to say, "Oh man," I like the phrase. I ain't gonna lie. And I used to kick it with Stan G. I ain't got no problem with Stan G. He all right with me. But he pretty much will give you a lot of news coming out of Memphis and everything. But he in Clubhouse, right? So Wack done he tried to throw a bridge in between Stan G and JT, the bigger figure, you know, on some shit like, oh, this nigga said this and nigga said that. Like, that man, Wack can be real messy at times. If he mess with you, he definitely try to, you know, put you in the game. But if he don't fuck with you, he don't give a damn. He allowing you. That nigga gonna line you up. He gonna have you looking fucked up out here. And he gonna have his little gang DP you in Clubhouse. So, hey, only thing I can do is respect the game. I stay out the way of these type of niggas, but these niggas hell.
basically, say if I go do something in the hood, right, and he knows about it, he'll tell everybody in the hood.
Like it's him.
So, like it's him, but then they be calling me. It was like, cuz you just did this, and I'm like, cuz that's like some police shit. Because
so he's saying that Big U be taking the credit for, you know what I'm saying, the real street nigga shit. Salute Amelia Dixon.
why would you be telling, if me and you is the only person that know what we did, it shouldn't even go between
Are
me
you
and
woke, Luce?
Of course.
Are you woke now?
Yeah.
You know why he's putting it out there, right?
Of course.
He got to get that credit from that 7-7 street contract.
Now, I definitely agree with y'all. Wack is definitely putting a battery in his brother back. But from the sound of things, I think this dude got enough street credibility where he don't need Wack to put a battery in his back, but at the same time, he's trying to do something, you know, he's trying to do something that's in Wack's expertise. Because you could know some information about a nigga, but if you don't have an audience to put it out there too, then what you know about a nigga, which could be the truth, it would never leave outside of your brain. Because niggas won't believe you because you ain't got a big enough name. So I believe Wacky is goddamn, you know, putting the battery in the nigga back and leading the conversation to an extent. But, you know, it's just up to y'all to believe what's the truth and what's not. Now, the information have not been dropped yet, but it is coming up.
Of course. So at the end of the day, it's like, I realized, like, damn, it's 2023 and you got a BlackBerry. Like they didn't even.
How long have I been asking you about that BlackBerry?
Since 2015.
So that's the phone that he got.
Yeah, that is named in the contract. 7th Street Division issued him a BlackBerry as a police issue phone to report all gang violence in his grid area. And this is an annual contract. If he doesn't produce, then they take it. He's been having a contract 10, 11 years. He did such a great job. He went from $550,000 a year. They gave him a $440,000 bonus. We send the
That's not the bombshell, but that's been the campaign that niggas been talking about for a little while. It has been exposed that Big U has been working with the feds under an anonymous name, allegedly. Yes, Wack don't like Big U, but if you was a gang member and you don't like people who are working with the police, taking credit for your work and all that stuff like that, you might not like him either. Right, my opinion. What Wack just said is true. You don't have to like Wack to pick and choose what he's saying is true or not. And yeah, he go extra hard on his enemies. Don't get me wrong. He go extra hard on his enemies, and his ops. But what he's saying could be true. I ain't seen it. Well, niggas did show the paperwork. They even confronted Brick Baby about the shit. And I ain't gonna lie, Brick Baby was a little like you seen the selective politics. Salute, mom boss. You seen the select politics. Salute a shoe.
Contract. But listen, fuck all that.
Yeah. So basically it's like, cause he'll be like, he'll manipulate things. Like, we'll go and do something, and the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to, counting everything, right? And we be like, how the fuck they get that? Oh, well, we're going to just give them like $40,000 back and stuff like that. But
what? Yo, now, of course, you can't really say this self-snitching because, he's not telling the exact crime and he's not telling it to a police officer. But what he's saying is this nigga was the king of the back door and not, pause, not that kind of way. He's the king of probably getting niggas robbed and letting the niggas know that he robbed them. And then feeling sorry for them niggas like, hey, man, we going to get a niggas back about 40,000, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. So we might have done hit a nigga for 100,000, 200,000 lick. And now you want me to get a nigga something back? Take the what and leave the what? Take the what and leave the what? Hell nah. Hell to the nah. What part of the game is that?
Run, bitch! Run!
But cuz it's actually putting us in paperwork, right? And like doing like real police shit. I seen the nigga get like 20 guns, and when he got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies. But I'm like, why are you writing down the serial numbers? So it's like he was doing like shit like that, and I didn't.
Wait a minute, something ain't right.
Did y'all just hear what this man said? He said this nigga will come sell niggas in the hood guns and write down the serial numbers. Hold on, y'all ain't hear that. Why would a man sell guns to niggas in the hood and write down the serial numbers? Now there's a question I have for this nigga here though. If you knew this, maybe, and I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it didn't register to him. But you seeing a nigga write down the serial numbers to some guns, how long did you know about this, bro? It kind of sound like you knew the nigga was the police. But you was cool with it as long as you knew you was in the good. Cause you the right-hand man. But yeah, he's talking too damn much on Adam 22. This is very incriminating. Cause the feds wanted to pick him up and say, nigga, you gonna tell us what you wanna know. But according to him, Big U already working with the Fed.
Show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we manipulate things.
Let's go over this part again, cause I don't know if y'all heard this part right.
Like, cause he'll be like he'll manipulate things. Like we'll go and do something, and the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to counting everything, right? And we be like, how the fuck they get that? Oh, well, we're going to just give them like $40,000 back and stuff like that. But because it's actually putting us in paperwork, right? And like doing like real police shit. I seen the nigga get like 20 guns. And when he got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies. But I'm like, why are you writing down the serial numbers? So it's like he was doing like shit like that. And I didn't catch on. So it was like.
Now, he said he didn't catch on. I ain't gonna lie, I would have been a little bit nervous about telling niggas that I knew that information. I would be a little weary about telling the world that I knew that information, and now I'm coming out and saying something about it. Cause niggas gonna be looking at you like, hold on, my nigga, you could have told us about that. How long you knew about that? You let us go buy more guns from this nigga and you knew this nigga was writing down the serial numbers and shit? I mean, I know the nigga say I ain't really catch on, I ain't really know what was going on. But even when you caught on, did you tell niggas that? I don't know if he should have said that.
I'm waking up now. You get what I'm saying? Because
this
I'm
is
his,
high tech shit.
I'm his right hand man. You get what I'm saying? So when it came down to like.
Catch that, y'all. He his right hand man. So he's telling you about what he know. But see, when you rocking with somebody and you got these street politics, you might know a nigga crooked and dirty as a motherfucker. But you like, okay, well, nigga, this is where I gotta get in to fit in at. Because if I say something, the nigga could get me killed. You deep into the game, this nigga, you know what I'm saying, could get me killed. So sometimes you play your role if it's paying good. You got a nigga doing slimy shit like setting niggas up, putting you on licks. You don't give a fuck what he doing to some niggas that you don't fuck with anyway. Now, you know it might not be part of the code. You know it might not be part of the game. But that's the game. Ain't no fucking rules. They act like it's rules, but it really ain't no rules. Yeah, in too deep.
I didn't catch on, so it was like I'm waking up now. You get what I'm saying? Because
this
I'm
is
his,
high tech shit.
I'm his right hand man. You get what I'm saying? So when it came down to like dirt and stuff like that, I'm gonna get it. You get what I'm saying? And then like
catch what he just said. When it came down to dirt and shit, I'm like, shit, I'm gonna just go and get it. He was just a nigga that ain't give a fuck. Like, nigga, fuck it, nigga. I'm gonna rob whatever nigga you line up. Like he was saying, if they giving niggas back $40,000, how much money you think they taking from niggas? How much you think they robbing a nigga for? If you got a nigga coming talking about we gonna get a nigga 40,000 back. So you pretty much got a nigga setting you up with all kind of licks and shit. A nigga that's inside plug with the feds, and he probably know that he was inside plug with the feds. Guess what? That makes sure I'm good. He good. Fuck them other niggas.
So you know why he wanted to get a dude back to 40, right? Because he was going to make dude give him 20 for getting it back.
Of course.
And kept you out of it.
Of course.
Now, ain't that some shit? So imagine you rocking with a nigga, right? You looking at a nigga as your big homie. You out here in the streets, you making money, right? And your big homie, big you ain't thinking nothing. It's a nigga that raised you. He's seeing some niggas to rob you for 100 grand, right? Or some bricks. Bricks, probably 100 grand and 2 bricks, 3 bricks, 4 bricks. Right? Them niggas rob you, they get to the house, they over there counting the money. They thinking that the nigga that they robbed don't know who he is, who did it. Now the nigga that they robbed is pulling up and seeing who did it. And now y'all got to get this nigga 40 grand back. Because now he playing both sides of the fence. He making that nigga thinking, hey, man, I know who robbed you, bro. You know what I'm saying? But they my little homies, but you know them niggas wild and shit. I know you can't fuck with them. But you know what? I tell you what. I can get your shit back. I at least get some of your shit back. I know you fucked up right now, nigga. You broke right now. All right, tell you what. I'll get you 40 back and you give me 20. But guess what? These niggas that's counting that 100 grand, he charging them another 20 or probably half of what they robbed for, right? Because he put them on the lick, right? So he got to get a percentage. Probably a 60-40 split or maybe a 50-50 or maybe 20%. But let's say he making the niggas that robbed the niggas get him 40K out of 100K, right? But now you done brought this nigga over here telling him I give him 40 back. So now all y'all got is 60K to split. So now y'all doing a 60-20 split. But he getting the 20 from the other side. So he coming out with 40K and all y'all niggas coming out about 10, 15K a piece. He done finessed the whole play. Slick ass shit. And you scared to fuck with him. You scared to go against the nigga because you know that now you're thinking like, oh shit, the guns I just robbed the niggas for, and the information that this nigga got, and if the nigga moving like you got some kind of suspicion that he working with the feds, how can you cross this nigga? This nigga is dangerous. A nigga that can not only get you killed but get you locked up too, and robbed, that nigga dangerous. He more dangerous than these niggas that say, nigga, I ain't working with the police. A nigga that been working with the police for 10 plus years, allegedly. Yeah, that's dangerous, though.
Of course. He did that to, when I did that to Meek Mills and Rick Ross.
What? Hold up.
What? I said, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
This is one of the bombshells, y'all. This man is lit. Wack sitting right here letting this man about to snitch on himself. He about to let this man snitch on himself. He said he did that when I did that to Meek Mills and Rick Ross. Is this man about to admit that he extorted 2 people on Adam 22 No Jumper? And Wack over here he don't give a fuck. He don't give a damn who the collateral damage. I don't know how old this young brother is, and I believe he's a real gangster. But goddamn, boy, you just put yourself in some shit. Not with the streets. I'm talking about with the law too.
Right? Because he was going to make dude give him 20 for getting it back.
Of course.
And kept you out of it.
Of course. He did that to, when I did that to Meek Mills and Rick Ross.
What'd you do to them?
So,
the club.
What do you do to them? He asked you just like a motherfucking investigator. But that nigga caught that shit real fast. You see, you see, Adam was quick to say, what did you do to them? Let him tell y'all what he did to Meek Mills and Rick Ross.
When you sweated them in the club?
Yeah.
Dude, and Meek and Rick have no idea that Draw sent you at him.
Yeah.
No, yeah, they sent that because I called Ross. I'm like,
That's that Dulo twist that goddamn KV was talking about. Send a nigga at you. You don't know who sent that nigga at you. You thinking it's a nigga that you thinking you cool with a nigga on the streets. You see the nigga all the time. Nigga dapping you up, telling he proud of you. Probably buy you a drink and all that shit. Next thing you know, some niggas starting problems with you in the club, just running up on you, pressing you, fucking with you. Niggas done damn near kidnapped your ass. Because they know who you is. Now you have another nigga call you up like, hey man, you know, I can get them niggas off you. You know, I know the niggas, I grew up with the niggas and shit. Man, just give me this. I'll pay these niggas to leave you alone. And that's how you end up fucked up. Those them goddamn, they say those them California politics, them LA politics.
Ross,
Boy, this
drop
shit
off,
getting crazy.
drop off the 50,000 and we're going to let Meek live on crib. So Ross dropped off the
drop off the 50,000. They gonna let Meek live. They extorted goddamn Rick Ross out of 50 bands. Let's repeat that again. Play it all the way through.
Meek Mills and Rick Ross.
What'd you do to them?
So,
the club, when you sweated them in the club?
Yeah.
Dude, and Meek and Rick have no idea that Draw sent you at him.
Yeah.
No, yeah, they sent that because I called Ross. I'm like, Ross,
Boy, this
drop
shit
off,
getting crazy.
drop off the 50,000, and we're gonna let Meek live on Crib. So Ross dropped off the 50,000, and so me and the homies we go back. He stopped answering the phone. He stopped picking up and shit like that. And we were like, "What you doing?" Like 2 days later, he called me. He was like, "Oh, nephew, where you at?" And I'm like, "Nigga, where my money at?"
Hell yeah, nigga, where my money at? The fuck you mean, where I'm at? But think about what this man just told on this. You know this story gotta be true. And this nigga gotta be mad at Big U for spilling these type of beans. This nigga said we pressed Meek Mills in the club. We hit up Rick Ross and told that nigga, boy, you better give us 50 grand or we gonna kill this nigga. This your artist. This your bag. Nigga dropped that bag off and Rick Ross dropped that bag off. I couldn't believe my ears hearing a nigga say this on camera.
And he was like, "Oh, I needed it for bills. I needed it for." I'm like, "What?"
What? I ain't gonna lie. I had a nigga try me like that. Now I'm not gonna snitch on myself like, you know, like I ain't gonna go too much in detail. I had a nigga try me like that one time. Hit a little lick, 5 bands. Now he ain't try me where the nigga ain't give me all the money. And I end up getting my money. But he had to get the money first. I had to play a role. The nigga rolled up on me, and the nigga tried to give me $1,500. I was like, what the fuck going on, nigga? I thought I was about to catch a case. And nigga like, oh man, bro, I just needed to re-up real quick, man. I just want, nigga, you could have re-up with what I gave you. I needed to get a 3.5, my nigga. I needed to get a 3.5. So, he was a little nigga that I raised. So I let the nigga have the little shit. And he brought my money back and the next morning. So, but yeah, niggas will try you like that, y'all. You'll hit a lick with a nigga, and a nigga will try to get more than his share at the gate. Niggas get killed by that type shit.
Like, cause that's some weird shit. And then he'll stop answering the phone because I'm trying to pull up on him. Like, bro, you gotta come and see me. And then it's like we were doing a TV show like a while back, right? And I'm on a.
Now here's the bombshell, y'all. Y'all thought that was the bombshell. We know that Rick Ross got extorted. He told on himself that Rick Ross got extorted. That's fucked up. He just did that. Yeah, the street savage, the circus sector. There's no other way to explain it. Now, he's about to tell another situation. Now, this is the situation we came here for. Salute, Rocky.
On phone, he FaceTimed me.
Hold on, let me back it up. Now, remember, he said they were doing like a kind of reality show, which I'm pretty sure this is a little promotion for that reality show. Because now, I'm going to see the first episode of this reality show. I ain't lying. From what he about to say. Just for reference. If it's good, I'll keep watching it. If it's not, I'm going to just go to just at least see if this man is telling the truth. But listen to what he's about to say. I'm going to back it up a little bit so we can hear it all in context. Both stories.
Shit getting crazy.
Drop off the 50,000.
What'd you do to them?
Like, one
So
day.
you know why he wanted to get a dude back to 40, right?
I'm saying because
This
I'm
is
his
high-tech shit.
stereo numbers.
Because he's telling about 4 different situations. He's telling about a robbery where a nigga want to give money back so he could split the money. He's telling about a nigga marking down serial numbers and selling niggas guns in the hood. he's marking it, and he's telling about an extortion where they extorted Rick Ross for him, because how else would this nigga know where to meet up with Rick Ross artists and how to get in contact with Rick Ross to get the money? And if Rick Ross wanted to testify, he would, but everybody know Rick Ross ain't gonna testify because he have a street nigga image to protect.
Then they take it. He been out of the contract 10, 11 years. He did such a great job. He went from $550,000 a year. They gave him a $440,000 bonus. We send the contract. But listen, fuck all that.
Yeah. So basically, it's like, cause he'll be like he'll manipulate things. Like we'll go and do something, and the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to counting everything, right? And we be like, how the fuck they get that? Oh, well, we're going to just give them like $40,000 back.
I heard him like, how the fuck they get the address? This nigga here, boy. That's a dangerous nigga. Tell the nigga that you robbed where you at. So if you don't get them niggas back that $40,000, right, you kind of between a rock and a hard place. Because if you don't get a nigga back the money, now the nigga know where to come slide on you at. So you in a situation where you can't say no. Yeah, we already know that about Rick Ross, but at the same time, that's his claim to his hip hop fame. So, we been knew about the security guard shit, but every security guard ain't the police. It's niggas that work as security guards in prison. That's not the real police. Cause them niggas be more criminal than us. Them niggas be bringing in the cell phone, be bringing in the dope. And if that nigga was a security guard in Miami, that nigga was just as much as a dope boy as a nigga on the street corner. You got all the power. You bringing in cell phones for goddamn, it depends, shit. Some places cell phones go for $10,000. In the city, in a maximum security prison, oh yeah, nigga, you gotta break that bag off. You want to bring a nigga some dope in? Oh, boy, it's going to cost you. So I don't really discredit the nigga for being a security guard before he started rapping. Now, I don't think he was a brick-selling ass nigga unless he was selling the niggas in the prison. It was possible. Anybody could have been selling bricks in Miami in the 90s. Them bitches was stupid cheap. All the dope was coming through Miami. If you worked in the prison system, you ran into all the top dogs. They gonna link you up with all the big dogs.
And stuff like that, but cuz it's actually putting us in paperwork, right? And like doing like real police shit. I seen a nigga get like 20 guns, and when he got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies, but I'm like, why are you writing down the serial numbers? So it's like he was doing like shit like that, and I didn't catch on. So it was like, I'm waking up now. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm
it's kind of hard to believe he didn't catch on to that, bro. Like I don't know now. When I was young, bro, I didn't know nothing about the serial numbers and shit. So a big homie might have could have pulled some shit like that off in front of a nigga without you realizing it. If you don't really know the system, you don't know the law, you ain't never been jammed up like that. So he could have been a green young nigga and seen the nigga doing some shit like that, but didn't realize at the time what he was doing. And he didn't tell nobody, so nobody ain't put him on game to it. So I don't want to say he was in on it, but god damn, I don't know if I would have put that type of information out there.
I'm his right hand man. You get what I'm saying? So when it came down to like dirt and stuff like that, I'm gonna get it. You get what I'm saying? And then like one day,
you know why he wanted to get a dude back to 40, right? Because he was gonna make dude give him 20 for getting it back.
Of course.
And kept you out of it.
Of course. He did that to when I did that to Meek Mills and Rick Ross.
What'd you do to them?
So
the club when you sweated them in the club.
Yeah,
dude, and Meek and Rick have no idea that Draw sent you at him.
Yeah.
No, yeah, they sent that because I called Ross. I'm like, Ross,
boy, this shit getting crazy.
Drop off the 50,000, and we're gonna let Meek live on Crib. So Ross dropped off the 50,000, and so me and the homies we go back. He stopped answering the phone. He stopped picking up and shit like that. And we were like, "What you doing?" Like 2 days later, he called me. He was like, "Oh, nephew, where you at?" And I'm like, "Nigga, where my money at?" And he was like, oh, I needed it for bills. I needed it for. I'm like, what? Like, cause that's some weird shit. And then he'll stop answering the phone because I'm trying to pull up on him. Like, bro, you got to come and see me.
Yeah, nigga about ready to kill your ass now, boy. You playing.
And then it's like, we were doing a TV show like a while back, right? And I'm on a phone. He FaceTimed me. So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, 6-0. I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey, and I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone, and I.
Did y'all catch that? Big U called him because, you know, they all part of the Rolling Sixes Crip, right? Big U called him, say Nipsey just got killed. He calls Nipsey. Nipsey's still alive. Hold up. How is this possible? How is that possible?
I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Hang up with him. I called Nipsey, and I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone, and I was like, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that.
Did you tell him the call you just got, or you didn't even mention it?
I didn't mention it. And that's what fucked me up, because my cousin is Nipsey baby mama. You get what I'm saying? So
that cousin that he's talking about, Nipsey's baby mama, that's the girl that they were saying they got the video of with Nipsey and a homie running the train on her, talking about neighborhood crip. That's the same cousin. Now, he's not going to say that right here, but Wack went into Clubhouse and they went over this same video and they got more into detail about it, and that's what Wack released. And I believe that part about it.
It was like, I could have probably stopped it, or it had it.
Stop what? Fuck you mean? That fuck you talking about?
No, because listen.
Recordings.
So I think this dude is having a guilty conscience right now, because Nip called him after this man told him Nip was dead. So now that he's seen that Nip got killed after that, he finally probably put 2 and 2 together.
Because or whatever like that.
Did you tell him the call you just got, or you didn't even mention it?
I didn't mention it. And that's what fucked me up, because my cousin is Nipsey baby mama. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, I could have probably stopped it, or it had it.
Stop what? Fuck you mean? That fuck you talking about?
No, because listen. So after I talked to Nipsey, and I was like, yeah, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that. I'll see you later, or whatever. So I hung up the phone. I thought Big U gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey. And so I'm like,
Wait.
Don't y'all like how Wack acting like this is shocking news to him? He already know all this. But as this man talking, he want to make sure this shit marinate in everybody's head. He want to make sure this shit marinate in niggas' head.
You get a call from Big U telling you Nipsey just got killed.
yeah.
You panic, called Nip. Nip answered the phone.
Yeah, and
You
we
like,
were just
okay.
talking on regular. So it's like, at the end of the day, I didn't even think about it, because
You don't even warn him that you got that call from dude.
No, because their relationship was so fucked up. It'd be like they be hot one minute, then they be cold the next minute, and then they be lukewarm. Like you
And
just
30
never knew.
minutes after you get off the phone with Nip, he get killed.
Yeah, I got it.
So
all
you
on
think
the
he hit
TV
you?
show.
So, you know, to him, he's feeling like, okay, these niggas always going back and forth. These niggas hot and cold. We've heard the rumors about Big U knocking Nip out about some studio equipment. We heard some rumors about Big U extorting Nip. We even heard rumors about Big U having something to do with Nip's murder. But we never knew the details. But now this is shocking news right now. Because you call this man 30 minutes and he's saying he got receipts. Now, it's one thing to say it, but to say that you got receipts. Now, they're waiting till this man's show drop to show the receipts. He's going to show the video call where Big U calls him. And then he's going to show where he's calling Nipsey Hussle after Big U just told the man that Nipsey Hussle just got killed. If he can show that receipt, that shit going to break the internet.
A little too early.
Yup, he hit me a little. So it's like at the end of the day, I didn't even think about it because
You don't.
I thought Big U gave wrong information. Cousin is Nipsey baby mama. You get what I'm saying? So it was like I could have probably stopped it or it had it.
Stop what? Fuck you mean? That fuck you talking about?
No, because listen. So after I talked to Nipsey and I was like, yeah, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that. I'll see you later or whatever. So I hung up the phone. I thought Big U gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey. And so I'm like,
Wait. You get a call from Big U telling you Nipsey just got killed.
yeah.
And y'all take note that the person that killed Nipsey was a fellow Rolling 60 Crip member. One that they claimed was the police. They say he was an informant. That's why he killed Nip, because Nip told the nigga, hey nigga, you the police. Yeah, instead of shutting his ass up, but he didn't bring him up there to shut up. He brought his ass up here for this sole reason right here.
You panic, called Nip. Nip answered the phone.
Yeah, and
You
we
like
were just
okay,
talking on regular, so it's like at the end of the day, I didn't even think about it because
you don't even warn him that you got that call from dude.
No, because their relationship was so fucked up. It'd be like they be hot one minute, then they be cold the next minute, and then they be lukewarm. Like you
And
just
30
never knew.
minutes after you get out the phone with Nip, he get killed.
Yeah, I got it.
So
all
you
on
think
the
he hit
TV
you
show.
a little too early?
Yep, he hit me a little bit too early because the homie Shitty double back 3 times. You get what I'm saying? And
The homie Shitty he's talking about is the dude that killed Nip. He's the dude that killed Nip, and he's telling them that he doubled back 3 times. If you don't know what that means he came back 3 times, you know, either to them or he came back 3 times to, you know, look for Nip. So that wasn't no coincidence. It wasn't no coincidence.
He get killed.
yeah, I got it.
So
all
you
on
think
the
he hit
TV
you
show.
a little too early?
Yep, he hit me a little bit too early because the homie Shitty double back 3 times. You get what I'm saying? And first he shot him, boom, go into the alley, came back and shot him, boom. It wasn't good enough.
Oh, he's saying he came back and shot him 3 times. He had to make sure that nigga was dead. Nip probably knew something that he wasn't supposed to know.
And then he came back and he shot him again. But now it's like
How did he know?
yeah, no, but
Yeah, that's crazy.
it's deep. So it's like I don't know who to trust.
Now
It's
let me ask you a question. I heard this. I don't know how true it is. I heard that Shitty and Nipsey had a fight.
Yeah, they had
Prior to a couple weeks before that.
They had a fight like a week before that. When they had a fight, you know, Shitty ain't known for fighting.
Yeah, no, not at all.
He known
Not at
for
all. Yeah.
doing the other things. So at the end of the day, it's like Nipsey beat him up. Nipsey is what's like 6'4", 6'5". Shitty is like 5'5", 5'6". You get what I'm saying? Like frails. Like he get high.
So there was already some friction there.
Yeah, it was already friction because of.
Oh, so he's saying that Shitty cuz used to get high. Nip had to beat the man up, and the nigga already felt some type of way. Then you run into a nigga again and you call him a snitch. And the nigga get high, nigga ego bruise. And see, what he's trying to say is Big U is a manipulator. He's an instigator, just like Wack. You know, and that ain't no shade to the man. I think he take pride in being a manipulator and an instigator. And he used a nigga that was already pissed off at Nip, already mad, put a bug in his ear, and say, nigga, you do this for me, nigga, we can get you out of a lot of shit.
Like some police telling shit, and
now let me ask you something, bro.
Because known for fighting.
Yeah, no, not at all.
He known
not
for that. Enough, and then he came back and he shot him again. But now it's like
how did he know?
Yeah, no, but
that's crazy.
It's deep. So it's like I don't know who to trust.
Now let me ask you a question. I heard this. I don't know how true it is. I heard that Shitty and Nipsey had a fight.
Yeah, they had
prior to a couple weeks before that.
They had a fight like a week before that. When they had a fight, you know, Shitty ain't known for fighting.
Yeah, not at all.
He known
not
for doing the other things. So at the end of the day, it's like Nipsey beat him up. Nipsey is what's like 6'4", 6'5". Shitty is like 5'5", 5'6". You get what I'm saying? Like frails. Like he get high.
So there was already some friction there.
Yeah, it was already friction because of like some police telling shit. And
now let me ask you something, bro, because you know they gon'. I know you. See, you don't say nothing. You kind of like me in a way. You don't say nothing unless.
But the homies know. So it's like it's not like I'm saying something that they don't know.
So the homies know. The hood know. The city know. This is new to us, y'all. I believe this. Because one thing I do understand from way across the country, that California goddamn politics ain't no joke. Gang politics in California is not no joke. This man had to get approved to come up here and say what he's saying. And I think the gang want this to be out there. Probably for Nip, to let you know that a nigga backdoored Nip. They trying to push Big U away from the brand. They don't want that nigga the face of the brand no more. So they're reaching out, you know what I'm saying, to kind of put this narrative on the man. This is why a lot of niggas say they got to check in when they come to California. Because look what they was about to do to Meek Mill. Look what they was about to do to Meek Mill out there.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, it's like you telling me, oh, I'm fucking with the police or whatever like that, trying to smooth your background out. So I'm like, on 6-0, I'm going to expose your buster ass neighborhood crib. And if a nigga take it any type of way, they could get at me or I'll pull up and get at them. It's like.
So this is one of those examples of a nigga being too street for internet. I don't think he realized what he doing. And Wack know what the fuck this man doing. Wack don't give a damn. Wack ain't no rolling 60. He a Pyru. And he don't mind letting this man line himself up. Now, I believe every word that's coming out this man's mouth. He don't come off to me as a liar. He come off to me as a real G nigga. But he don't understand what it is he lining himself up for. He thinking it's gonna stay on the street, but these niggas play different. Now, I do question how much he knew about Nip was about to get killed, and he didn't say nothing. But I think he didn't say nothing because he knew that was his position. I'm the number 2. I'm the number 2. Whether I like a nigga or not, this nigga about to get killed. This is bigger than me. So I think he knew. I think he knew that nigga Big U was doing the serial number shit. He realized a long time ago, and he could have been dropped the beans. But I think he just didn't give a fuck. He was the number 2. But I think his conscience came back and is rocking him. Because he probably felt like Nip was a good nigga. These streets just ate him up. That snake shit just ate him up. But he a good nigga, and I think his conscience fucking with him. And then you're seeing how Big U moving, and the man pretty much, like he say, he tried to rob you out of $50,000. Or not out of 50, he made you give back a nigga $40,000 because he got there and tried to play both sides of the fence. So this is more of a get back. Nigga like, oh, we about to expose this nigga. But you kind of exposing yourself as you're exposing this nigga, though. I can't lie.
Police telling shit and.
Now let me ask you something, bro, because you know they gon'. I know you.
Yeah, the circus sector. You got to go back in a little bit. Big U was selling niggas guns in the hood and writing down all the serial numbers. This man say he witnessed this man sell niggas like 20 guns in the hood and write down all the serial numbers. That's crazy. You can't make that shit up.
See, you don't say nothing. You kind of like me in a way. You don't say nothing unless.
But the homies know. So it's like, it's not like I'm saying something that they don't know. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, it's like you telling me, oh.
How do you get back at the a police ass nigga? You can't go kill them niggas. You can't go do certain type shit because you know the folks watching them. So this is how these niggas having to fight back right now. They like, damn, we can't get at this nigga Big U. His money done grow to a certain level. His backing, he's backed by, you know, who they feeling like is the police. This nigga, we can't really get at him in the street way. So I think they re-strategizing. They like, hell, we gonna counsel the nigga in the virtual world, in the cyber world. Use the allies like Whack 100, people that don't like the nigga already.
I'm fucking with the police or whatever like that, trying to 465, shit gets like 5'5", 5'6". You get what I'm saying? Like frails, like he get high.
So there was already some friction there.
Yeah, it was already friction because of like some police telling shit. And
now let me ask you something, bro, because you know they gon'. I know you. See, you don't say nothing. You kind of like me in a way. You don't say nothing unless.
But the homies know. So it's like, it's not like I'm saying something that they don't know. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, it's like you telling me, oh, I'm fucking with the police or whatever like that, trying to smooth your background out. So I'm like, on 6-0, I'm going to expose your buster ass neighborhood crib. And if.
See? They can't get at him the way they want to get at him. So I'm like, nigga, on 6-0, I'm going to expose your bitch ass. He got them niggas salty. You done tried to rob these niggas because think about it. You know, the gangs, they have cliques within the gangs. So you might be a Crip, but you might not fuck with the Crips that's 3 blocks down because your clique don't fuck with them. They just carry the same type of name. So his clique, Big U done tried to fuck over him so many times, and they probably used to think we had a good plug. We got a nigga that's putting his own licks and shit, telling us where all these rapper niggas be at. Hell yeah, you want to keep that nigga happy. But over time, once that nigga try to fuck you over a couple of times, you know, now they probably like, man, fuck that nigga.
A nigga take it any type of way, they could get at me or I'll pull up and get at them. It's like.
So you pretty much saying he called you, told you Nip got killed. You called Nip in a panic. He answered the phone. When you hear his voice, you like, well, Nip ain't dead, but you don't warn him what he said. 30 minutes later, you get a call after the fact, Nip dead.
Yeah.
And that's how that went. 30 minutes after the fact, you find out Nip dead. Now, they got another situation where
potentially introduced, but it's not the content. I've seen the video. There's a name.
Now, one motherfucker that don't fuck with Whack 100, or he don't like niggas talking ill about Big U, is Brick Baby. Now, here's another video where Brick Baby was saying that Luce Cannon, which was that dude, he not from the hood. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna discredit him too. Now this is another 7-minute video for No Jumper. I ain't gonna go over it right now because I didn't previously listen to it already. But that's just the accusation that's out there. We don't know if it's true or not. We're definitely gonna find out if in that video, that man played that video where there's a FaceTime call, a Big U telling him Nip is dead, but he's talking to Nip on the phone. But there are some sketchy things in that story because now we might go watch that video, but we can't tell if that phone call happened before or after when Big U called. So we could be getting manipulated ourselves because it is whack. It could be some bullshit. It could be a play. Wack been going to overtime trying to goddamn shit on Nipsey Hussle and Big U. But at the same time, the evidence is the evidence. We'll have to see it for ourselves. So that'll be continued. I'll keep an ear to the streets on that story, and we'll see how that end up going. Now, let's go ahead and hit up our next story, our main event. Y'all know we've been covering the YSL trial. Like I say, the judge and the whole courtroom decided to take a whole week off for Martin Luther King. Salute to Martin Luther King Day. And our government taking a week off and only giving us 1 day off. Oh, hold on. We don't get Martin Luther King Day off. But the government do. All while they give you injustice. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? But anyway, we got our prosecutors in here in polka dot dresses. They ain't in they slime red today. So if y'all don't remember where we left off, or if you new to the channel and you haven't been covering the trial with us, let Ears go ahead and give y'all a kind of a breakdown of where we at this point. We've covered every single day. Every single day of the trial. And we caught up. So we know everything going on. We just want to see if there's going to be real justice, if there's going to be real evidence, or is this just a witch hunt? Now, I'm not on either side. I don't give a damn if the nigga get prosecuted or not. If he did what he did, hey, it is what it is. Hell, I had to go do my time, shit. I don't give a damn. I don't want to see no nigga locked up unless you deserve to be locked up. I don't want to see no injustice, though. Whether he did it or not, y'all still got to present the evidence. That's how I feel about it. So, what we left off. Well, let's tell what's been happening in the trial because it has been a week. Just in case y'all, want to remember. The prosecution has been trying to put together a case that YSL is a street gang, and of course it is a music label. But the street gang came first. But before YSL, there was a gang called the Rock Crew. The guy that's on the stand right now, he was a member of the Rock Crew. Rock means raised on Cleveland. That's a street in Atlanta, Georgia, if you don't know. And that's where their gang originated from. Now, he's denying that Young Thug was a part of Rock Crew. But he's agreeing that Young Thug was one of the co-founders of YSL, along with him and another dude that will be coming in testifying for the prosecution. The other dude is the dude Woody that we did a reaction to. Remember when he was in the interrogation room and he told a lot of stuff? I'll bring that reminder back to y'all whenever he's coming up to testify. But this guy that we're about to see now, he is one of the co-founders of YSL. He's agreed to testify because he was going to get 15 years. He got 15 years probation now. But he's agreed to testify because he was going to be filed up under the Recidivist Act. If you don't know what the Recidivist Act is when you are a career criminal. They were going to give him a career criminal charge, which is a mandatory 15 years. 15 years to life. So that's when people start working with you when they're looking at the rest of their life in prison for something. It could be something as small as you can get 3 weed charges and get sentenced under the Recidivist Act because you had three crimes that are the same caliber of felonies. I don't know if I think that's just a Georgia thing. It could be in other states also. So this guy, that's what he was facing. So he was a good friend of Jeffery. I'm gonna say Jeffery and Thug every now and then. I mean, whichever one come to my mind first. And so he's just telling his part of it. In my opinion, he hasn't given any relevant information to say, okay, y'all was a real gang. I just think that y'all niggas was just like fanboys, pretty much. And y'all made a game for y'allself. And Jeffrey was a part of the illusion of he was a part of y'all niggas until he got too big for y'all niggas. But at one point in time, y'all probably would have slid for him and did whatever he said. Now, do I think he had something to do with the murder of Nut, which is the prime victim that catapulted this whole RICO trial? I believe he possibly did know something about that or had something to do with that. In my personal opinion, from the evidence that's been presented, as far as the video surveillance of him switching cars with the guys at a store. But we'll wait till that evidence goes more in detail of if I believe more of that or not. But so far, that's about the only thing that I think that they know and probably got some real good evidence that are going to show that can possibly get him convicted. Because if that's not the thing that they convict him of, having something to do with that murder, all this other bullshit that they've been presenting over the last couple of weeks is irrelevant. The stories they've told us is they got two guys who carjacked a woman that was a manager at a strip club, the strip club that JJ work at in Atlanta. They followed her home. They bumped the car. She got out the car. They went and jumped in her car. Then when the police finally found that car, they pulled up. They seen some guys that was getting in and out of it. They jumped. They say one of the guys noticed them. He came out. He threw up gang signs, which he wasn't a gang expert, so he couldn't tell us what kind of gang signs. He chased the guy. He threw a gun. They found the gun. That guy took a plea deal. He's not in the courtroom right now. But they're saying that's one of the covert acts, which is one of the acts that they're saying makes this a RICO case. All these little acts of gang activity. But you can't tell us how that connected to Young Thug just yet. You have other cases where they found stolen guns on other individuals. The guy that's up here on the stand, he was one of the guys that was in the car with one of the guys that is accused of the murder of Nut. And not on the same day, but they got pulled over one day and they found a gun. He was there with his girlfriend. They found the gun under one seat and some weed and I think like $19. So another situation, they had a guy that they pulled up on the stove. He had a gram of crack. The gram of crack ended up, getting tested, and it was a gram of crack. They arrest this man, but this is one of the stores that this guy here traps at. So I think that's the connection to that. So they asked what was a trap. They're saying that these traps are for Jeffrey. Now, then they tried to pull up the messages and stuff and trying to act like Thug was telling them, hey, bring me all the money. Like they was selling weed and dope at these traps and then returning the money to Thug. But then the defense came and debunked that and showed that these guys were just staying at a particular place and the rent was like $1,600 and all the guys didn't have all the money, so he was telling them to bring me all the money and I'll just pay the fucking rent. So the defense has been tripping over themselves, bringing up all of these irrelevant situations. They have another situation where a cop was getting off of work, so-called getting off of work, because he was pretty much one of the red dogs. He stops at a store on his way home, runs into Young Thug's brother. He see 3 other people with guns, but he arrested Young Thug's brother because he took a gun away from another drunk dude that was waving around a gun. So he got arrested again, and he was out on bail. So now he's having to do an 11-year sentence. Then they had another situation where you had 2 young guys that had a girl set up a young dude, and they killed the young dude, shot him up, but they was throwing up YSL in they pictures. One of the young guys is over there, and he has a life sentence right now. They're trying to tie that to it. Another situation, they had a couple of young guys that was one of the young guys was on Instagram and they could see a little weed that he was rolling up. You know, he was trying to fuck this old Kruger. And the Kruger was and one of the officers was watching him on Instagram. They decided to bring the whole task force over there. When they pulled in, they seen the door get locked. So when they went over there, they smelled weed. They searched the girls. They picked and they got a search warrant for the car. They got into the car and ended up finding more weed and a couple of guns. So some kind of way, all of these small little crimes are supposed to be covert acts that are supposed to be tied into Young Thug some type of way. So this makes him guilty of all these individual crimes that these guys are committing, because they are in videos, they are throwing up YSL signs, they got on YSL t-shirts, all of this type shit. Then we also had the situation of Lil Wayne tour bus getting shot up. And this guy, it was his birthday. He went to the show, paid $500 to get in the motherfucking show. His homeboys couldn't get in. Now, what we end up learning was they wasn't gonna let no YSL members in the show because they were mad at Lil Wayne for calling Thug gay or saying Thug looked gay. So even when he paid his $500 to get in, he got kicked out. His other homies couldn't get in. And one of the dudes ended up shooting up the bus. He ended up doing time for shooting up the bus. I'm not sure if he's going to be one of the witnesses in this trial, but we'll find out. Because that is one of the covert acts that's in this case. So where he's at right now is, the last thing we heard from him was the defense lawyer was doing a cross-examination of him. And what the defense lawyer starts to ask was, do you remember LeBron James after a game wiping his nose and saying slime? And he says yes. But then the judge seemed a little uncomfortable about them talking about LeBron James all of a sudden. So they ended court and we ain't seen them for a week. Now they're going to come right back into this, and they pretty much going to start where they stopped at. They're going to start talking about LeBron James. I think they're done talking about Birdman, because the last day we did hear them talk, they was asking about Birdman and Rich Homie Quan. So they moved on to LeBron James. So we're going to start where we left off. We left off at cross-examination, which is the defense, Young Thug's lawyer, which is pretty much the LeBron James of this courtroom right now, doing his cross-examination for this brother. So after he's done, because he pretty much spent all of the last day that we covered this, cross-examining this guy, he's gonna be done today, and then we're gonna hear all the other people. But you don't pretty much, the rest of them really ain't got no questions after you let the fucking big high-priced lawyer go ahead and do his thing. The rest of them, they just got little small questions because they got different clients. But let's get into the cross-examination, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. I appreciate y'all patience. Now that we all caught up, let's see what we got going on for the day. Oh shit, that shit loud.
Mayor, Your Honor. You may, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, can Mr. Kokomo show Mr. Williams exhibit number 31, if you don't mind?
He may. He's already been admitted.
All right, so first thing they throwing up today is Lil Wayne. They getting right back to that Lil Wayne shit. All right, I don't know what happened to the sound. They must have had some technical difficulties. Hold on. That ain't me, y'all. That's them what they sound.
Covers and the songs on each album recognize. Recognize his album covers and the songs on each album, mixtapes, etc.
To my best.
Okay. Can I show you something, Your Honor? I'm going to mark it as Mr. Williams number.
And I'm going to speed this up. And, you know, if y'all don't catch it, y'all know damn well I'm going to run it back to you. Of course, I already listened to this earlier today at work. So, of course, I'm just going to hit on the fine points. But this is going to get a little heated, though. So prepare yourself.
I believe it's 36.
35 right now, Mr. Chair.
I think it's marked right, Your Honor, 36. If I may, and I'll come back to 35.
But you've already, 35's been admitted, so if it helps you with your numbering.
35's admitted, right?
Yes,
Okay.
36 is, would be the next exhibit in order. I don't care which one, well, how you have the number, but if you're just looking for sequencing, 36 would be your next one.
Okay. We're going to use 36. Your Honor, I'd like to report that you remember me showing you and you recognizing what I marked previously as Mr. Williams number 15. That's what we broke last time we were here.
My deal here?
No, not this particular number.
Oh.
Can't tell me that with this thing.
Man, my boy look nervous, man. He looking nervous as a motherfucker. But that's the oldest looking young nigga I ever seen too, boy. This nigga look like he every bit of 52.
That's the video, Your Honor. That's when we stopped last week.
They just couldn't get it right today. And the court wasn't even that long today. It's just that they had to do a whole bunch of stopping. A whole bunch of stopping. Thug came in a proper suit today. Salute to him. You know, ain't no fucking highlighted shirts. No jackets that say Spider when they're talking about you, the Spider at the web, aka the Trap. No sex record shirts and shit. The prosecutors ain't dressed like Bloods.
Number 15, if you can take a look. A screenshot, I guess, of a video. Do you remember?
You ain't showing me no video. You ain't showing me no video. Yeah.
And have you seen the video of that before?
TikTok. No, I think I seen one. No, first for a second. Counsel.
Mr. Kokomo, can you show it to the state again? And in the past?
Yes.
And does it accurately depict what you just was shown by Mr. Kokomo?
Yes.
Your Honor, I move for the admission of Mr. Williams, number 15, both. 15. I think that was.
I still gotta get in. Okay, when you get
Now, y'all, I believe they doing all this because I think they about to show Snoop Dogg at the halftime show.
Can you play the video if you don't mind?
Oh, okay. No, this is when they about to play LeBron James. So remember the video I showed y'all the other day? Matter of fact, on the last live that we did. And some people were saying that the video might have been edited. We don't know if he actually said slime or did like the person who did that TikTok video, did they add that? But I showed this video and that's what they're showing in court.
Mr. Stevens, do you recognize the person who's going around the circle of Mr. Williams, number 15A?
Yes.
And who is that person?
LeBron James.
And did you hear him say, or did you see him rather, do something with his hand that's similar to what is depicted in Mr. Williams 15?
Yes.
And what did he do with his hand?
Wiped it across the nose.
And is that similar to what's in the indictment, the allegation that Mr. Williams?
Objection, Your Honor.
I sustain that objection.
Is it identical?
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustain that objection.
Is the indictment show that I showed you last week, if you need to see it again, I'll show it to you, and the exhibits in evidence of Mr. Williams wiping his nose, was that an overt act in count one?
Yes.
Same thing that...
That's an overt act in count one. Meaning they're trying to charge Young Thug by saying this is one of your symbol. This is one of the telltale signs that you are the leader of the gang, cause you be wiping your nose. That's your thing. Okay, are you gonna lock LeBron James up for the same shit? Boy, this lawyer coming in swinging.
Mr. James did.
I stand the objection.
Did you hear what Mr. James said as he wiped his nose and he was going around?
Yes.
Tell the jurors what he said.
Slime?
And is that similar to what you have been speaking about, the word slime?
Yes.
Objection is too similar to what
I stand the objection.
Oh nah. See, anytime you start seeing her ejecting back to back, boy, that mean he got a good point. She gonna make you word that bitch the right way. If you can't word it the right way, we gonna get that shit thrown out of here.
That's the form. You can rephrase.
Have you been asked about by the prosecution, has in fact been charged the word slime?
Objection, Your Honor, as to compound question.
I stand the objection. That's the form. You can rephrase.
Have you been asked by the prosecution about the use of the word slime?
Yes.
Same word that LeBron James used.
Yes.
Is there something
But he said that shit fast. Same word as LeBron James using, ain't it? Yeah. We going somewhere now.
sinister to you with the use of the word slime?
No.
You already explained to the jurors that this comes from, according to you, your background, your observation comes from a song by Mr. Carter or Lil Wayne. Is that what you said last week?
Yeah. Sir, could you speak up, please? Just speak into the microphone. Yes.
Okay. And the wiping of the nose, is that anything sinister that signifies some sort of gang on Cleveland Avenue?
No, we only did that for, like, we were smoking weed, and that's to say your weed loud. We put our finger on our nose.
And do you know whether besides Mr. James, other actors do that? Have you seen other people do
Your Honor,
that?
I object as to the form of the question.
Bitch, you know the point of the question. The point of the question is we see everybody do that shit. You don't really make a point by saying that's the gang thing. That's part of their gang. You fucked up by bringing this dumbass shit up. Stick to the motherfucking murders and shit. You bringing up a whole bunch of bullshit. Nigga, everybody saying slime. Everybody wiping their nose and shit. He made it popular, yeah. But they right. That was Lil Wayne shit. And he stole it from somebody else shit. You barking up the wrong tree right about now. Wasting a lot of time about some shit that really ain't that relevant. You ain't making the, cause I look at myself as a potential juror. And I'm pretty sure y'all do too. We got 37 jurors in the goddamn courtroom right now. This shit is irrelevant. Cause now the defense have a damn good case right now. He's making a damn good point right now. You don't want this man to be up here making a damn good point, bringing up these dumbass coverted acts.
I stand the question.
Have you seen other basketball players do that same move?
Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. Let me refresh the screen, man. We got 37 in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Show love, man. Show love. And nothing but a move of the finger.
Yes.
Have you seen professional football players do that?
Yes.
Have you seen coaches in football, college football do that?
I don't know about no coach.
Okay. Have you seen college players do that?
Mr. Stevens, please speak in the microphone. Pull yourself up as close as you can to the mic. Speak in.
I wasn't even answering it.
Huh?
I wasn't answering the question.
I know, but we're having a hard time. That's much better. See, everybody can hear you.
I got you.
Okay, all right.
Have you seen college football players do that same motion?
Now y'all see, soon as he started talking, raising his voice a little bit, that motherfucking security came up. Yeah, let's go get by this nigga in case he want to do one of those jump across the motherfucking, jump across the judge thing again. Yeah. See if somebody want to jump across the, what that shit called? The panel, whatever it's called. I think Buddy thought about that. Soon as he heard that nigga raise his voice to say something back to the judge, oh shit, that shit can't happen on my watch.
I don't recall.
Okay. How about Major League Baseball players?
I don't recall.
Is that something unique, the wiping the nose saying slime, to some gang member on Cleveland Avenue?
No.
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you to approach and show you Mr. Williams' exhibit number 30.
forward that a little bit.
Mr. Williams, number 30. On social media. Recognize it.
The people in it?
Okay. And have you seen it previously on social media?
Yeah, it was promoting a
Right,
single
still,
time.
Jay.
Okay. And did you see that scene that was being promoted at a time before this trial, let's say?
I remember it getting promoted.
Okay. And did you see that on social media? That what I've shown you? I know it has an image now, but have you seen that on social media? I know it's not on a phone or a computer.
Yeah, in World Star. It was on World Star.
You saw it?
Yes.
Okay.
World Star.
So he pretty much showing them the World Star symbol. Cause you see shit on World Star all the time. You damn sure gonna see niggas talking about slime on World Star.
World Star?
Yeah, and does it have any changes, omissions, deletions from what you remember previously seeing?
No.
Okay. And is it accurate in what it shows in Mr. Williams number 30?
Yes.
Your Honor, I move for the admission of Mr. Williams number 30.
Your Honor, state Jason. I don't.
Can I see it, please? Thank you, sir. I'm standing objection.
You were asked by the Honorable Ms. Love earlier on your direct examination to show the ladies and gentlemen jury a blood gang sign. Do you remember something like that, demonstrating that?
Yes.
Do you know what a Crip gang sign looks like?
Yeah.
And could you, if I asked you, show the ladies and gentlemen jury what that looks like? And you made a motion with your right.
All right, so now he gonna have Crips pissed off at him too. Like, God damn, nigga. Just tell on your gang. Don't tell on our gang.
Hand, and what type of letter did you make?
I see.
All right. And do you know what a Crip walk is?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Okay. And would you recognize a Crip walk if you were shown it? Or if you saw it?
Yeah.
Okay. And tell ladies and gentlemen jury what a Crip walk is.
I think it's a dance.
Okay. And the Crips, do you know, can you tell ladies and gentlemen jury what generally a Crip is known for? What is it?
What a Crip known for?
Yeah.
Hey, he asking some tough ass questions. You need to let this shit go, bro. Cause he even got me confused. I ain't mad at Buddy for being confused about this shit. Nigga, how the fuck I supposed to be know what the Crip walk is? You know what I'm saying? You giving me a whole motherfucking Crip test and shit?
Yeah, what is it?
Oh, colors?
Okay.
A blue color?
What color?
Blue.
Okay, blue. And what is a Crip? If somebody's a member of the Crips, what type of organization is it? Is it a gang?
I don't understand.
Now, I don't see why she didn't object to that, because that's leading. I know that. That's leading. You can't say what kind of gang, what kind of Crip is that? Is that a gang? Nah, bro, you can't say that. You gotta let him say that.
Okay. If somebody said that they're a member of the Crip, would you believe that to be a gang? If they're a Crip?
They say they're a member of Crip.
And is that a gang? Would you refer to it as a gang? If not, that's fine.
Organization gang? I don't know.
I couldn't hear you.
Organization?
Okay.
Come on, bro. You already snitching, bro. Go ahead and snitch. Stop trying to halfway snitch. That's what I don't like about this nigga. He want to get up here and just, halfway snitch. He don't just want to go ahead and full-blown snitch.
Did you ever see the Super Bowl halftime show from 2022 with Snoop Dogg?
Yeah.
And tell ladies and gentlemen jury what you remember Snoop Dogg doing, what colors he was wearing, if you remember.
Blue.
Okay. And tell ladies and gentlemen jury whether you noticed that Snoop Dogg, well, who is Snoop Dogg? Tell ladies and gentlemen jury if you know.
Entertainer.
Well-known?
Well-known entertainer.
Performed at the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Along with other people?
Yes.
During that performance, did Snoop Dogg, did you notice, display a hand gesture similar to yours, showing a C or Crip gang sign?
Phil Snoop Dogg 9 times 10 he did.
Okay. I'd like to show you, with the Honorable Court's permission, Mr. Coco's permission, a video.
So we ain't gonna watch the video. We'll watch it, but we ain't gonna let the music play because I know I'm gonna get a copyright claim for that. But the video he about to show is the halftime show. Snoop Dogg coming out in his all blue, Crip walking, throwing up C's. So we all know the point of what he's trying to tell, right? Oh shit, I skipped that. Hold on, let's go back. I forgot it was a little action right before that. Or did they take a break? maybe it was on the next one.
For all of us, okay? Before we in the entirety of it.
I'd like to play the sound and then.
Yeah, watch this, y'all. Watch how this shit just got real little boyish.
Have you seen the sound? Have you seen the entirety of it? Would you? All right, why don't you take
Yes. And are there any, to your knowledge, deletions or additions or modifications? Meaning, were there any changes made to that, or is that how you remember it?
Yes, I remember.
Okay, Your Honor, I move for the admission of Mr. Williams, number 37.
Any objection to Defendant Williams 37, madam?
No objection as to the video being played without sound and at the timestamps that Mr. Kokomo said that they would be played for Mr. Steele.
I'd like to play the sound and the entirety.
Have you seen the sound? Have you seen the entirety of it? Would you? All right, why don't you just hold on?
She trying to act like she didn't see it. Why you ain't see it? All this stuff y'all giving the defense to have to see, but y'all can't see when these folks give y'all something to look at before you put it in the evidence.
How long is it? Just come on up here and let's play it. I mean, and screen it. This would have been nice of you to do before we got in here this morning, Mr. Steele. So please, in the future, don't do this to all of us, okay? Okay, sir, I'm talking to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is not professional.
Wow. But this woman, I think he's doing this to prove that there's a little bias right here. Because the prosecutor has done this at least probably 3 times. She's brought stuff to evidence and they haven't been able to review it. And not one time it's been a problem. Including in the opening statements. And he tried to little boy that man out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you like to take a 5-minute recess?
Yes.
Okay, all right, why don't we do that?
But you see how he stormed out of there? Yeah, he about to talk his shit. But Young Thug lawyer is really trying to make a stance. He's really trying to show that there is a little bit of seems like just a little nice going on. Why he got so angry about that? What made him so angry about the man pulling up that video and you're saying that he did the same thing she's done over and over and over again? He's trying to show the video of this same of a guy throwing up the Crip signs for entertainment. That is very crucial to the case, in my opinion. After all this bullshit we've been looking at, it does have relevancy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it got a little heated. Everybody was looking a little weird. Old boy was just glad that he wasn't getting yelled at. So that was the first break. Judge had to go cool off, man. This judge got some emotional tendencies. He do get lit real quick.
The headquarters. Has the state had an opportunity to preview the video?
We have, and Your Honor, I've spoken with Mr. Steele and Mr. Adams, and I've been shown the portions of the video that they wish to illuminate for the jury, which is at 1 minute and 12 seconds, according to what I've been told, where the performer is throwing up the Crip C, and then 1 minute 58 seconds through 2 minutes and 4 seconds, where the performer is doing the Crip walk. So as to those,
she looked like she was about to try to quit walk, y'all. When she said that, she looked like she was about to try it.
those portions of the video, the state does have no objection. We would object as to the relevance of the entirety of the video being shown. And while the jury's out, I would like to address for the sake of efficiency and expediency, defense number 36, which they have presented to us and intend to introduce through the witness, Shantavia Stevens. If I may, I'm going to pass that to the court. The state objects in total to any efforts to try and introduce Mr. Steele's writings through the witness, Shantavia Stevens.
All right, let's deal with Is the video defendant Williams 36 or 37, Mr. Steele? So, Mr. In terms of an evidentiary basis, so I can rule upon that.
And remind y'all, this is the jury's not in right now.
Time the portions that we've eliminated for the district attorney's office.
Okay. What's the specific objection do you have other than that, Ms. Love? I mean, is there anything else that's in it that would be objectionable?
No.
At the end of the day, they're gonna let the man show the video. All that little fucking hissy fit shit.
Okay. All right, then I'll admit defendant's 37 over the state's objection. All right, this one here, defendant's 36 appears to be a.
This have shown the document, Mr. Williams' albums and releases and mixtapes and the songs thereon. That is what the document purports what it is. And then the original witness for the state, Detective Belknap, this honorable court qualified as an expert in gangs, and he mentioned that a person with YSL would be wearing red. He showed a bandana on the right side of Mr. Williams. He picked out a photograph over my objection, and the court allowed it to be played on State's Exhibit number 1 or shown to the jury. And he said that people in YSL would not use the letter C because it's a rival of the Crips, and that's to show the disgust. I guess that's my word for the letter C. And here you will see many songs with the letter C. So that is the purpose of number 36.
So what this lawyer is doing, he's attacking every single coverted act one by one. So he's going through one of the acts and saying, hey, y'all came up here in the opening statements and y'all been trying to present the evidence of this is a RICO act, this is a gang and all that by saying my client, according to his YSL Bible, he can't be throwing up C's. But shit, he can't be putting C's in his vocabulary and shit. Cause that's what y'all came out saying. Y'all niggas can't write down C's, right? You were saying Cleveland and all that shit like that, right? That was part of your argument. But now the man is showing you saying that they wear red and all that. But here this man wearing blue. You telling me this can't just be for entertainment, and here it is, another well-known gangster. It's entertainment. That's his argument.
If I may respond, of course.
Yes, go ahead, madam.
One, Detective Belknap never said that people in YSL would never use the letter C. There are Crips in YSL, so no, he did not say that. But two, Your Honor, the objection that we have is to Mr. Steele's handwritten, typed document, his writings being admitted through this witness. If he wants to ask the witness to name the songs that he is aware that his defendant, Jeffery Williams, has put out, he can. But to have a typed document, typed by the attorney, admitted through the witness, is improper. There's no foundation that can possibly be laid. The witness didn't even specify that he knows all of the songs. It's just an awful way to try and backdoor some albums Mr. Steele wishes that the jury has in front of him, a compilation of defendants' most, I guess he feels, most favorable releases. Notably, there are some line season that aren't even on there. But besides all that, this witness is not a proper witness to introduce Mr. Steele's writings through.
Mr. Steele, I'd probably sustain the objection on the basis of foundation.
I'll try to lay a foundation with the witness. I'll show him the document if he can identify it. I asked him if he knows the songs and the albums, and that is an accurate description, and it's not my right.
I still think you're going to have an issue as to foundation. I mean, if you're attempting to get in this compendium, you may have, there may be other witnesses or other particularized folks you may have to kind of do that. But at this point, I haven't heard anything from Mr. Stevens, and I would agree with the state that it would be, at this point in time, not admissible. Not say it won't, but at this time, I would not allow it.
So he's not going to allow him to bring him up to say, okay, what was he saying in this song? What was you saying in that song? You know, can you identify when he's talking about this and that? No, he ain't going to do that. But something interesting going to happen because it seems like she's going to do that later. I just kind of noticed that part.
Fine. If you want to try and admit it through somebody else, that's fine. Anything else?
No.
Okay, all right.
So they had that issue one time before where they weren't going to allow him to admit certain evidence. I forgot what that was. Oh, they was going to ask him about, I believe it was Rich Homie Quan or Birdman. and they were saying he wasn't the witness to talk about that or the song or something like that. I have to go back and see, man. That's what happened when they take a fucking week off.
37 is admitted, 36 is not as of yet.
I move for the admission of Mr. Williams, number 37, based upon the foundation laid.
Any further objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, defendant Williams 37 is admitted and may be published as you see fit.
So pretty much they're gonna show Snoop Dogg video, Super Bowl halftime show. We ain't gonna play the music, but as y'all can see, Snoop was up there doing this thing, crip walking, throwing up C's on the biggest platform that America has. And sometimes they will have Young Thug up there at one point or another. We wouldn't be surprised if Young Thug was up there.
Snoop Dogg in the blue is doing with his left hand.
Making a C?
Okay. And is that similar to the C that you showed the ladies and gentlemen jury earlier?
Yes.
And then the outfit, the blue outfit, is that right in the center? That's the gentleman you're talking about?
Yes.
And then if you can go, Mr. Kokomo, to 158 to 204. Did you hear in the words that performer say something about a crip walk? Did you hear that?
No, I wouldn't hear this.
All right. At 158, if you could play that to 204. And that person in the blue outfit, do you recognize that dance?
Yes.
And tell the ladies and gentlemen jury what that dance signifies.
A crip walk. Dance.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kokomo. Now, do you ever know about a song, or are you familiar with a song that Tupac, you know who the performer Tupac is by any chance?
Yes.
All right. And do you know a song that he was featured on called...
Oh, they gonna say he's snitching on Tupac. Yeah, man, they gonna say he's snitching on Tupac.
Player Young Thugs. Are you familiar with that song?
I may have heard.
Okay.
Player Young Thugs. Have y'all ever heard that song from Tupac? I think some question they need to let the black dude do.
Well, do you know, you already identified Jeffrey as a performer. What's his performer's name?
Young Thug.
And do you know, if you do know, what, if anything, Thug stands for?
Yes.
Tell the ladies and gentlemen jury.
Truly humble under God.
Truly humble under God. That's what Thug stands for, y'all. Why they just don't understand that? He want to make sure that man keeps saying that. And that's cool. That sounds good.
And is that something that was personal or is personal to Jeffrey?
Objection. Speculation.
I sustain the objection.
Do you know whether that is
not.
personal? Do you know whether that is personal to Jeffrey?
Objection. Again, he can't speak to his mindset.
I sustain the objection.
All right. Throughout the years that you've known Jeffrey, has he encouraged you to read?
Objection. Relevance. And objection.
I sustain the objection.
Did he say, did he encourage you to read? Did this nigga say he can't read? Hold on.
Throughout the years that you've known Jeffrey, has he encouraged you to read?
Objection. Relevant.
Oh, shit. And it seemed like Buddy kind of got a little uncomfortable. Damn, my nigga. Hey, bust dude out.
And objection.
I sustain the objection.
I don't believe it. All right. Thank you, Mr. Stevens. Your Honor, I have no other questions at this time.
Okay.
So he done with him. So now it's just, hey, old blood. I wish they would have let old boy do the closer. You know, the black dude. Because every time he closed, he closed with some bullshit. He ought to know they're going to eject, but he really asks a question that you really want to know. But they always kind of go out like that. They'll just ask so many questions till they're just going to eject. So now we're going to see what the other lawyer's going to do, which we know they ain't going to take too long. So we almost done, y'all.
Mr. Sharp?
You damn right. You better use that Tupac definition of thug. He said Jeffrey can't read or this nigga can't read? Which one?
Score, Your Honor. Mr. Stevens, good morning.
Morning.
My name is Max.
Now this dude here kind of clever too, and spicy. He talking shit.
My name is Max Shard. I represent Shannon Stillwell. Okay?
So he represents Shannon Stillwell, which is the dude that is accused of, well, is a suspect in the murder of Nut. He's the dude back there that was sacrificing goats and shit when they caught him. We got to make sure we keep up with these characters.
Yes.
Do you know Shannon Stillwell?
Yes.
And you identified him in court 2 weeks ago, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you grow up together with Mr. Stillwell?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, nigga, you was snitching on my client in court. So, yeah, we about to question you about my client. We ain't worrying about Thug. This about Shannon Stillwell right now.
You said that you were raised on Cleveland Avenue, correct?
Yes.
To your knowledge, was Shannon raised on Cleveland Avenue?
No.
If you know, do you know where Mr. Stillwell was raised? If you know.
I think Thomasville.
One more time?
I'm not sure. I think Thomasville, though.
Thomasville?
Yeah.
And is that an area of Atlanta?
Yes.
Where is that? Is it off of Boulevard?
No.
By Grant Park?
It's like by Moreland Avenue.
Okay, Moreland Avenue?
Yeah.
So that kind of lets the jury know, well, damn, I thought these niggas were like cool like that.
But it's a separate neighborhood than Cleveland Avenue?
Yes.
Okay.
So he ain't part of Rock Crew, pretty much.
To your knowledge, you spoke a couple weeks ago about people being members of Rock Crew. Did you ever know Shannon Stillwell to be a member of Rock Crew?
No.
Did you know him to be an associate of Rock Crew?
I already answered it.
An associate? What is your answer? I'm sorry.
I answered that. She asked me, Ms. Love asked me the same question.
Okay, and your answer was no? Is it?
I answered, I said, if that means going to a club together, yes.
Okay, so your answer is, you said that you were a member of Rock Crew.
Right.
And you've been to a club with Shannon before.
Right.
Okay, all right. Do you recall when you first got to know Shannon? What year?
Probably 14, 13.
Okay. Now, you testified last week that you were in jail at the end of 2014, correct? Mm-hmm. Was that, did you know Shannon prior to going to jail that time or after?
I knew him before prison, that's why it was so easy for me to know.
Okay. All right. Now, Mr. Stevens, you testified over the last few days that you've been on the stand that you have committed crimes before, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And your testimony isn't that you're innocent of everything that you've ever been accused of, is it?
Say that one more time?
Have you been guilty of some crimes in the past?
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to ask you about a couple of those instances, okay?
Yes.
All right. Now,
See, he's making this very simple for the young man, but he's getting a lot covered for his client at this point in time.
Your Honor, if this isn't as to certifies that have been admitted or tendered or things that have already been admitted as evidence, I don't have any objection. But I'd like for Mr. Short to at least identify to the state anything that he intends to ask or
You know,
inquire.
come on up for a second, please.
okay.
She don't want this man to be questioning him. She want to try to throw off the momentum.
Mr. Stevens.
Oh yeah, he been on the stand for 2 weeks now. I think this the last day he on the stand though, because see the prosecutors keep him on the stand for so long. She took 2 days by herself, and then the young Thug lawyer he took a day, but he only got a half a day on Friday, the week before last, and he pretty much did a half a day today. Now all the other lawyers going at him, but they don't take that long. But you know the main lawyer gonna take the longest. So I think after the day he'll be done. So we'll have some new, some fresh snitches. or some more police?
I'm sorry. Mr. Stevens, you were charged in this indictment we're here for today, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And
Yes. Boy, that's straight to it. You are charged in the indictment, right? That is very powerful right there.
once you were charged with the indictment, you were able to become familiar with the indictment, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you were charged in count 1, which was the RICO, conspiracy to violate the RICO Act, correct?
Correct.
Okay. But also, as part of the indictment, it alleged several past crimes that you committed, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I want to talk to you about, first of all, Overt Act 1, which was Fulton County case 13 SC 116787. It happened on January 25th, 2013. By that date, do you know what I'm talking about? Okay, it involves you allegedly, and you pled to this, committing aggravated assault. Officer.
Yeah.
Are you familiar now?
Yes.
Okay.
So he's talking about a charge that's in this RICO Act, and he has to snitch on his involvement. So this is interesting.
Okay. That happened in the apartment, or the parking lot of an apartment complex at 2616 Old Hateville Road, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And you were charged with aggravated assault and possession of firearm by a convicted felon, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we heard earlier a lady came in and testified about how...
Your Honor, I object as to rule of sequestration in testifying.
I'm saying this to form. Why should I read Mr. Chuck?
Okay. There was a stolen car in the apartment complex that day. Are you now aware of that?
I don't know.
Did you know that on that day?
Oh, okay. So he's referring to that first store that we seen. I don't know if it was the first store, but remember when they hijacked the car from the lady that was the manager at the strip club? And they found it the next day, or not the next day, but a couple of days down, when she finally realized she had OnStar, and they tracked it down, and they seen a couple of guys that was around the car, and one of them was throwing up some gang signs, and he was running, and he threw a gun, some shit like that. I think that's the situation that they're talking about, that he's a part of this.
No. Did you know anything about a stolen car?
No.
Did you take any part in robbing someone or carjacking someone in Noonan, Georgia?
No.
Okay. And you were never charged with that, correct?
No.
And you have never admitted any guilt in that?
No.
Correct. Okay. Now,
He's probably the suspect in that shit, though. They say he robbed women, right? So he one of them type nigga that probably be stalking the strip club and robbing strippers. I mean, the game is dirty like that. Shit, strippers got money too. Shit. That's how niggas think.
let's go back to the apartment where that you now know that a stolen car was in that parking lot, correct?
Yeah.
And you know that because you ended up being charged in this in that case back in 2013, and your lawyers told you about that, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That apartment complex, were you living there?
No.
Who was living there?
Social.
Okay. And at some point, did you notice people seated in a car in the parking lot of that apartment complex?
Yes.
Okay. How long?
Okay, so he is one of the guys. So I was on point. I kind of missed this part while I was listening earlier. You know, I was in it. My Bluetooth set went out. So yeah, he was into that situation, and he did catch a charge through that. I wonder if he was the guy that was coming out throwing up gang signs, or was he the guy that ran?
Were they there?
Long enough to wonder who they were.
And how far were they from your associate's front door?
Maybe to that door right there, the courtroom door.
To the back courtroom door?
Yeah.
Okay, for the purpose of the record, is it about 25 yards? Is that fair?
I haven't let the door.
Okay, fair enough. So you noticed men, and how many men were there?
2.
Okay, and they were in a car in the apartment complex?
Yeah.
Parking lot?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you take note of that car?
Because they was acting weird. They had on black hoodies. They was just being weird.
Were they wearing police uniforms?
No.
Okay. What were you concerned of?
My safety. My safety.
Okay, can you explain specifically why those men sitting in that car made you concerned for your safety?
I was selling drugs at the time, and I was trying to protect my money, me, and my drugs.
Okay.
Man, he made that real good. Yeah, I was protecting my drugs. I was, selling drugs. So yeah, I had a whole RICO by myself. He trying to help. He trying to help a little bit, even though he done hurt a little bit. He trying to snitch and protect.
And I think I know where you're going with this, but could you spell it out? What were you concerned those men were doing or planning to do?
Anything that can harm me. I don't know.
Does that include robbery?
Yes.
Does that include armed robbery?
Yeah.
Okay. And I know you said they weren't wearing police uniforms. Did you know they were police at the time?
No.
Okay. So when you saw these men outside, sitting in the car outside of your associate's door, what did you do?
I asked them if they could roll down their window.
Okay. What did...
You asked them if they could roll down their window. So he was the dude that came out there like, nigga, roll down y'all window. Like, this nigga was ignorant as fuck. If I see some niggas out there, nigga, I'm just going to load up and I'm getting the fuck on. Move around. You know you got a stolen car. Get the fuck on. That's the Red Dog. What's good, Lord King?
Were you initially in the apartment building, the unit?
I was in the hallway of it.
Okay, and so did you walk out and approach the men?
Yeah, not all the way up to their car though, from a distance.
Okay. And were you armed?
Yes.
Okay, with a handgun?
Yes.
Okay. When you approached, how did that go?
I did like this to ask them, can they roll their window down?
Okay. And what happened?
They just were looking.
Okay, did they eventually roll the window down?
No.
Okay. What happened next?
I pulled out my gun and placed it on my side of my leg.
Okay. And how far were you away from the car when you did this?
A distance.
Okay. And what happened next?
Well, that boy was ready to die that day, boy. He thought it was some real ops. He didn't know it was the police. So he honestly probably didn't know the car was stolen. But he seen some niggas out there sitting with some ski masks on and shit. Nigga probably was all geeked up and shit. That nigga was ready to die though.
He reached over and grabbed his walkie-talkie, and then I knew he was the police.
Boy, that was a moment when he seen that nigga grab that walkie-talkie though. All that gangster shit went out the window. That nigga like, oh shit, I done pulled a pistol down on the police. That nigga know he better get the fuck now. He knew he had them fucked up.
He being who?
The person that was in the truck.
The driver or the passenger?
The driver.
Okay. And you said when he reached and grabbed the walkie-talkie, what did you realize then?
That he was the police.
How did you know it was police then?
Because he had a walkie-talkie and put it towards his mouth.
Okay. And when you realized it was the police, well, let me ask you this. Before that happened, before you realized it was the police, did you ever point the gun at either of them?
No, I never pointed the gun.
Did you ever flash any gang signs?
No.
Did you ever say anything gang-related?
No.
Did this...
Oh man, they done caught the motherfucking line. Talking about that man came out there and was throwing up YSL. But if he's coming up there and he's trying to wave him down, telling him to roll the window down, that could look like a gang sign, but yeah, they exaggerated there. Oh, he throwing up a gang sign because the man got there. Hey, hey, hey. Man, y'all know how niggas wave niggas down. Let me see if I got the wave arm move. Hey! No, that ain't it. Yeah, niggas are waving down like, hey, hey, hey. I ain't got too many little arm moves and stuff. But anyway.
You said you were concerned about being robbed, victim of an armed robbery by these unknown men, correct?
I had all type of signs.
Did this have anything to do with a gang?
No.
Okay. And when you realized it was the police, what did you do?
I didn't stand my ground. I took off running.
You said you did not stand your ground?
No.
Okay.
He said, I didn't stand my ground. I took off running. Yeah, your ass better have started running. You would have been another nigga on the news. Yeah, boy, if you would have pointed that gun at any of them officers, boy, it was gonna be a damn shooting range out there. Things was gonna get ugly for you, so you did the best thing.
And where did you run?
To the nearby woods.
And what did you do with the gun?
I threw it.
Did you ever shoot the gun?
No.
Did you ever point the gun at anyone?
No.
Look at the men seated out here as defendants. Did this case have anything to do with any of these men seated out here?
No.
Were any of them present at the apartment complex with you?
No.
Did this case have anything to do with Rock Crew?
No.
Did it have anything to do with YSL?
No.
Boy, he hitting. Hey, these are the questions that Young Thug lawyer should have been asking. He's kind of showing up Young Thug lawyer right about now. Or Young Thug lawyer just carrying the heavy load, and, you know, he's pretty much the Scottie Pippen to Young Thug's, you know, Michael Jordan status in the courtroom.
This happened in 2013, correct?
Is that what the date say?
And were you charged at that time?
Yes.
Okay. And in fact, you pled to aggravated assault and possession of a firearm during by a convicted felon, correct?
I don't think I was a convicted felon at the time. I think that was my first time being arrested. As an adult, I don't know.
And that may be my fault, Mr. Stevens.
He wasn't even a convicted felon, bruh. He could have just, if they would have arrested him, he could have just said, I didn't know who y'all was with a mask on. I have a right to have a firearm in Georgia. I'm not a convicted felon. He took a felony for nothing. If he was over 21.
And it is my fault. Your Honor,
You may, sir.
I'm going to show you what's marked State's Exhibit 11A. You recognize that?
Yes.
Is that your plea form? Or the certified conviction from that case?
Yes.
And you were correct. You were convicted of aggravated assault and possession of a firearm during commission of a felony, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You accept the responsibility?
Yes.
You did your time for that case?
Yes.
Okay. Back in 2013, did the state ever charge you with gang charges regarding this incident?
No.
Did they ever charge you with RICO or conspiracy to violate RICO back in 2013?
No.
It wasn't until 2022 that the state made those allegations that this was related to a gang, correct?
Yes.
Busting they damn head, y'all. He busting they damn head because he has a valid point. This is a charge you already done did your time to. You took full responsibility. You did this all on your own. This shit ain't had nothing to do with Young Thug. This ain't had shit to do with none of these dudes in the courtroom. But here you are as a prosecutor bringing this and making it as just trying to pile on to the crimes that you're saying are related to YSL. Now, if you're going to bring in a bunch of bullshit, how can a jury trust that you actually are bringing factual things if all you're doing is just throwing everything at the wall? What do you actually have? Stop playing, man. You just scratching out the trial for nothing? Get to the murder.
Okay. All right, Mr. Stevens, you were candid with us a couple weeks ago talking about your past drug dealing, correct?
Yes.
You admitted to selling drugs, correct?
Yes.
And you also indicated that you knew other people that you associated with YSL that have sold drugs in the past, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I want to talk about your drug dealing first, okay?
Yes.
We talked about the circumstances of your upbringing in Cleveland Avenue, correct?
Yes.
in your estimation, you know, we.
Yes, Mr. Matthews.
Okay, we got another break. I think they're about to take a lunch break.
Mr. Stevens, I was about to ask you about, especially around the time, I'd like to ask about the time when you were little. Were there a lot of drugs in that area as you were growing up?
Yes, yes,
Were there a lot of drug dealers?
yes,
Okay. And this amount of drugs in the area, that existed before Rock Crew, correct?
yeah.
That existed before YSL, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What years approximately, or how many years would you say that you sold drugs?
I really can't give you no approximate because I was back and forth from jail.
Is it fair to say more than 1 year?
Yes.
Okay. And generally speaking, what kind of drugs did you sell?
Weed, pills.
Okay. And you ever hear the term weight or moving weight?
Yes.
Okay. And that's used to describe a large amount of drugs, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Would you describe when you were selling drugs? You're not selling drugs anymore, correct?
Correct.
All right. When you were selling drugs, would you describe it as large amounts or more smaller hand-to-hand transactions?
Oh, man?
Yes.
Man. Nickel and dime. You know, yeah.
Petty.
Yes.
Okay. Would you?
He definitely wanted to make sure that got out there. Okay, what part of this RICO drug ring, you know, gangster ring where niggas is just selling nicks and dimes and shit? Come on now. This man running, this nigga pulling out his gun on the police. Young Thug wasn't nowhere around.
Sell in all areas. Did you have a specific spot where you sold, or did it change from time to time?
Yeah, it changed.
Okay. I believe that you indicated on direct that you have sold before at a couple of the gas stations in Cleveland Avenue.
Excuse me. Yes, excuse me.
It's okay. And are those the only places you've ever sold drugs?
No.
Okay. In your experience, is it common that drugs are sold at gas stations?
Yes.
Gas stations have a lot of foot traffic, correct?
Yes.
People tend to congregate in the Cleveland Avenue area. Do they tend to congregate at gas stations?
Yes.
Okay. And if the police show up, you can flee from a gas station, correct?
Yes.
It's not like a house where you're linked to that one location, correct?
Correct.
Are those all things that make it advantageous to sell at a gas station?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to, Your Honor, may I approach? I'm going to show you what's already been marked and admitted as States 16U.
That's what I said. Thank you. Thank you.
That you initialed as part of your plea, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So he had to look at his plea agreement. Now this should get interesting, y'all. This is about to get interesting.
If I may approach one more time. You may. I'm also going to show you what's been marked 157N and 82J. Do you recognize what those two pictures are of?
Yes.
Okay, what is 82J a picture of?
Gas station.
Is that the gas station at 151 Cleveland Avenue?
Yes.
That's a Exxon?
Yes.
Okay. And that Exxon, is that a place where people in Cleveland Avenue would congregate to sell drugs?
And do other stuff too. Yeah, just chill. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I'm in Florida. We got the laxest gun laws in the damn country. Right now, anybody can have a damn gun without having a license, as long as you're over 21 and not a convicted felon. And I hope they keep it. I hope they keep it that way. I haven't seen, you know. I don't want to knock on wood, but you know, But at the same time, you do got the school shootings, but it don't matter. I'm pro-gun.
Okay. And other stuff. Is there foot traffic at that location?
Yes.
Was that location close to your house?
Yes. You can walk to my house from there, yeah.
Okay. How about 157N? Is that a picture of 221 Cleveland Avenue?
Yeah.
And that's the blue chevron, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And again, is that a location where many people would sell drugs?
And hang out too, yeah.
And hang out. And is it fair to say that there's lots of foot traffic in that gas station?
Yes.
And that is close to your house, correct?
I can walk to it, yeah.
Okay. In the years that you lived at Cleveland Avenue, is it fair to say that there were hundreds of drug dealers that had sold at each of those locations throughout the years?
Yeah, you can say how many, yeah. I mean, yes. How many?
At the times that you personally sold drugs at these locations, is it a situation where you're the only one selling drugs at that gas station at that time, or are there other people also selling?
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yeah, other people.
Other people. And are we talking about other people that are working with you, or other people that are doing their own hustle at the same time as you?
Yeah, other people that are doing their own thing.
So you don't have, if I understand you correctly about these gas stations, you don't have exclusive rights to these gas stations.
No, how? No.
Okay. So other people can come and sell drugs there as well, even if you're already there.
Yeah.
And you can come sell drugs there, even if someone else is already there.
Yes.
Okay.
See, he understand how open trap is. You know what I mean? There's certain gas stations that, you know, it's kind of open to any kind of hustler. You ain't got to be a part of a gang and all that, but of course, you know, that's where he grew up at, so that's pretty much they stole. And there's a lot of stores like that. That's kind of how I jumped in the game, shit. In and out.
Do you know what? Well, let me ask you to look at 16U. That is your and just to help you out, Mr. Stevens, that's the plea agreement. Okay. Could you look at factual acknowledgement number 12?
Yeah.
Okay, and factual acknowledgement number 12 says, the gas station at 151 Cleveland Avenue is a location where YSL associates sell drugs. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you've already acknowledged that you sell drugs there, correct?
Yes.
And I think that you indicated that another gentleman who's now deceased named Darius Ford sold drugs there as well.
Yes.
In the past.
Yeah.
Okay. And you, in your estimation, he was associated with YSL.
Yes.
Okay. Now, so number 12, from what you're telling us, is true. That the gas station at 151 Cleveland Avenue is a location where YSL associates sell drugs, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Does this statement number 12, does it say only YSL associates are allowed to sell drugs at 151 Cleveland Avenue?
No.
Okay. If it said only YSL associates are allowed to sell drugs at 151 Cleveland Avenue, would that be true?
Objection, Your Honor, I conveyed this.
I stand.
If the acknowledgement stated that only YSL associates could sell drugs at that location, would that be true?
Objection, Mr. Davis.
It's just-
Speculation, Sergeant Williams.
Well, do
He
people
understand
in
the
your
trap.
life on Cleveland Avenue and your familiarity with 151 Cleveland Avenue, did you know people who have nothing to do with YSL that have sold drugs at 151 Cleveland Avenue?
Yes.
Several people?
Yes.
Multiple people?
Yes.
Does harm come of them when they sell drugs at 151 Cleveland Avenue?
No.
Okay.
Only how y'all gonna get gun laws passed in California if y'all switch from blue to red. And I don't think that's gonna happen. There's only red states that's gonna have these lax gun laws. And I don't know if that'd be good for California. I mean, y'all can relax y'all gun laws, yes, but I don't think they'll ever get to like how Texas or Florida, hell, or even Georgia. Y'all should at least have a good stand your ground though. I think they say what, New York and California.
Okay, let's talk about factual acknowledgement 13. Gas station at 221 Cleveland Avenue is a location where YSL associates sell drugs. Now, you've already told us about you and Big, so that is true, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that, I'm going to ask the same thing, is that location, from your experience growing up in the area and selling drugs in the area, is that a location where only YSL members are allowed to sell drugs?
No.
If someone who is not at all associated with YSL or Rock Crew or anything else sells drugs there, does harm befall them?
No.
That's a good point, because according to y'all, these traps or these stores that y'all keep bringing up, y'all acting like this is where the YSL members only can sell their drugs. But this man understand how the shit go.
Okay. Why did you sell drugs?
Wow.
Hold on.
Why did you sell drugs?
Wow, too lazy to get a job.
Does it go back to what Mr. Steele, attorney?
Did it really just take that man all that time to think of that answer? Or do you think that he was just trying to give them the proper answer that they wanted to hear? I think he was being a little sarcastic.
Steele was asking you a couple weeks ago about wanting fast money as opposed to taking your time and trying to earn the money. Okay. Do you view selling drugs as wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. Did selling drugs give you money to provide for yourself at certain times?
Yes.
And what about your family?
Well, no life-changing money, but yeah.
Is it fair to say it was a way to get by?
I didn't even reach that point to get by yet, but it was.
Now, in a typical...
Did this nigga say, I ain't even reached the point to get by? Damn. But times was hard out there, boy. That nigga wasn't even getting by out that bit. Then his homeboy ended up becoming the biggest rapper in the world, and you have an opportunity. Just take a job, any job for right now. Put yourself in position. Stay down till you come up. Now these niggas on the stand. And this shit crazy.
Well, the money that you received from selling drugs, you testified approximately 2 weeks ago that you never gave Jeffery Williams any money. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. And that includes any of the proceeds you got from selling drugs, correct?
Yes.
You never gave any of that to Jeffrey?
No.
Okay. Did you have any agreement with any of these gentlemen in the courtroom to split money or share proceeds from selling your drugs?
No.
Who got the money from you selling your drugs?
Me.
Was it your own individual decision?
Yes.
Did anyone put you up to it?
No.
Did anyone tell you to stand at 151 Cleveland Avenue?
No.
What about 221 Cleveland Avenue?
No.
Did you sell drugs to increase the notoriety of YSL?
Yes, I did.
To increase the notoriety of YSL? That was your purpose?
Yeah.
Okay, how does that increase the notoriety of YSL?
I already answered your question.
He already answered that question. And he answered that question after being coached. Because this lawyer here is very clever, y'all. He's about to pull out a switchblade. And I know this. I'm glad y'all waited and stayed here for to listen to the reaction to this live. So if you didn't get to watch this live stream, the trial, you might have missed this, but you know, there'll probably be some clip ups or something about it. I don't know. but he's gonna take him down through there.
Do you know what I mean by notoriety?
I said, it made me look good. It made me look like I was getting money. I said, I will, though.
Okay, so you sold drugs to increase the notoriety of you. Okay, now I'm going to ask you, did you sell it to increase the notoriety of anyone else?
What? I said,
He gonna stop playing dumb.
I did those things without permission, without anybody saying it, but that was why I was doing it, though.
To do what?
Increasing notoriety.
Of who?
Of YSL. But anybody tell me to do it, though.
Okay. What about, okay. How about other people? Why would they be selling drugs?
Objection, speculation.
If you know, has anyone told you? Okay.
Great.
Has anyone told you? Has anyone told you their reasons for selling drugs?
Objection, that would be hearsay.
I didn't ask what they said. I asked if anyone told you. Okay. Let's talk about firearms. Selling drugs, would you consider that a dangerous profession?
Yes.
Okay. Why is it a dangerous profession?
Selling drugs?
Yes.
Because it's illegal.
Okay. Any other reasons?
It's a lot of reasons, huh?
Do you become a target for robberies?
It's a lot of reasons, yeah.
Is that one of the reasons?
Yeah, that's possible.
When you sell drugs, people tend to pay in cash, correct?
Yes.
And when you're selling the drugs, you have the cash on you, correct?
Yes.
And you also have the drugs on you, correct?
Yes.
And that drugs are worth money. People want the drugs, correct?
Yes.
Okay. If you're robbed selling drugs, can you just go to the police? Do you typically do that?
No.
As a potential robbery victim, when you're selling drugs, did you tend to keep a firearm on you?
Yes.
Okay. And what is the purpose for you to keep a firearm on you when you were selling drugs?
To protect me, to protect my drugs, protect my money.
Okay. So you weren't carrying a firearm for any other purposes than to protect you and your things, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So when you were in possession of a firearm when selling drugs, you weren't doing...
He's making a good point. He's letting you know this nigga was doing everything for him. Right now, he's snitching for him and only him. This ain't got shit to do with my client. He barely know my client. He don't even know where my client from. He don't know his hood. He don't rep the same shit as him. He just know that nigga through Thug. He don't fuck with this nigga all like that. That nigga had his own gun charge. That nigga ran from the police. He ain't got shit to do with that. This nigga don't know him. He just up here telling for himself. This ain't got nothing to do with no gang. Thug, this the nigga you should have hired as your lawyer.
doing it for any of these gentlemen here, correct?
No.
It was for you?
Yes.
No one told you to do that, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And let me just go back to selling drugs at all at these gas stations. You said it made you, did it give you a sense of you're doing something? People could see that you're doing something?
Yes.
People could see that you were making money even if it was legal money?
Yes.
Is that what you mean by notoriety? It was giving you notoriety as
That's
someone
exactly what I mean. What you mean I meant that though?
Okay, well, I'm just trying to make it clear. So it's giving you a personal sense of notoriety that you're out here making it happen.
Yeah.
Okay? Were you doing that for any of these gentlemen?
No.
Okay? Were you doing that to increase any of their reputations?
No.
It was personal for you, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Pled to, that was personal. And when you were in possession of firearms in some of these cases, which you pled to, that was personal to you, correct?
Yes.
Your decision?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Because if it's personal to him, if it's his decision, then you can't say that he has firearms in protection of YSL. This man just, doing this thug thistle.
I want to just talk to you about a couple more specific cases. You're aware that in this indictment, you are accused of overt acts 48 through 50, which is Fulton County case 15 SC 135856 that happened on July 3rd of 2015. If I say the address, will you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
1813 Sylvan Road with Marquavius Gay in your car?
Yeah.
Do you know what case I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Now, that's a gentleman that was in your car when the police stopped your car and eventually found drugs, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and Marquavius Gay, is he out here today?
No.
Okay. In that case, specifically that case, are any of the people that are in the
No.
in your courtroom today, no one was with you that day?
No.
Okay. And, Your Honor, if I may approach,
You may, sir.
I'm going to show you Mr. Stevens. With fair to me. Do you remember why you were stopped that day?
Yes.
What was the reason that you were stopped?
Failure to maintain lane.
Okay. And when you were stopped, did the police approach your car?
Yes.
Did they end up searching the car?
Yes.
Okay. And were there narcotics found in the car?
Yes.
Okay. And what types of drugs were in the car?
Marijuana and pills.
Okay. And was there also a firearm?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Stevens, do you have any gloves? Case on July 3rd, 2015, with Mr. Gay in the car. Was that your car?
No.
Whose car was it? That marijuana that was found in the car, do you remember what was found?
But this motherfucker putting on an OJ glove. What the hell he got up his sleeve? He act like he about to dig in that ass.
Where?
Yes.
Yes.
It was under the passenger seat, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And do you remember how that marijuana was packaged?
Oh, he must be about to pick up some evidence.
Was it in a jar?
I about to say.
Glass jar, do you remember?
No, I think it was in like individual bags and then in a bigger bag.
Okay, that's what I wanted to get to. It was in a bigger bag. I want to talk to you about that bigger bag. Could you describe that bag? What material was that bag made of?
Cloth.
And do you remember what color that bag was?
Like tan.
Okay. Now, I'm going to show you what's been marked State 57G, which was taken off you 12 days later. Okay? A separate stop.
All right.
Do you recognize this bag?
That's the same bag? I mean, yeah, I'm saying, is that bag?
Well, this was taken, well, we're going to talk about this bag in a second, but what I'm asking you is on July 3rd, the drugs that were in that car, were they in a bag identical to this?
Yes.
Okay, and whose bag was this?
Mine.
And whose bag was the bag on July 3rd?
Mine.
You had two in the same bag, is that correct?
Yeah.
And these are Louis Vuitton cloth bags?
Yeah, and for the shoe.
Tan color, correct?
Yeah.
So on July 3rd, 2015, you were pulled over and the 34 bags of marijuana individually wrapped inside a cloth bag that looked exactly like that was yours, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And can you just give the jurors an idea of what the street value of that marijuana you had in that bag was?
I think they were like $10 for each one.
So maybe $340 total?
Maybe.
Okay. And you
So that had something to do with further in the game. Man, them $340, boy, that's gonna push the game forward. Nigga, you ain't about to sell 36 bags at one time, but he probably was about to go back to the trap.
also had a small amount of cash on your person, correct? $130 about?
I guess so. You want to say?
Okay, you don't recall?
That was 10 years ago, probably. No.
Understood.
However many years ago.
Okay. And the gun that was under the passenger, the gun was also under the passenger seat?
Yes.
Okay. And that was a gun you had because you were selling drugs, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You pled guilty to possessing that marijuana, correct?
Yes.
And 4 oxycodone pills as well?
Yes.
And you also pled guilty to that gun, correct?
Yes.
You took responsibility?
Yes.
Okay. That incident on July, that's overt act 48 through 50 in this indictment. Did that have anything to do with any of these gentlemen back here?
No.
Okay. Did that have anything to do with Rock Crew?
No.
Did that have anything to do with YSL?
No.
Back in 2015, when the state charged you for this crime, did they charge you with any gang crimes?
No.
Did they charge you with RICO conspiracy at that time?
No.
You pled guilty to the charges that you were charged with, correct?
Yes.
You took responsibility and did your time, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Got to make sure to pound on that.
And it wasn't until 2022 that the state alleged that any of this was gang-related or part of some RICO, correct?
Nope. They ain't saying none of this was no RICO. It had nothing to do with nobody else. You bringing back charges that this man caught by himself and putting it in a RICO charge and acting like this, like Young Thug got something to do with that. That's wild as hell.
I stand against you.
All right. I'd also want to ask you about overt acts 52 to 55 in this indictment, and that's 15 SC 136875, and that happened on July 15th of 2015, which means 12 days later than that last case, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and you remember being arrested for drugs and then getting out and then being arrested within 2 weeks, correct?
I cannot forget it.
Okay.
That nigga got locked up, got out for 2 weeks and went right back. Damn. That had to be that hurt. That had to be that hurt.
And that happened at 2915 Macon Avenue, correct?
Macon Drive.
Macon Drive, correct? And who lives on Macon Drive? Right by 2915.
Somebody.
And that's fair. One of your family members?
Somebody.
Okay. In that case, who was in the car with you?
A female and Shannon.
Okay. My client, Mr. Stillwell?
Yeah.
Okay. And that female, was that your girlfriend?
No, female.
Okay. Was she related? Was she affiliated with you or Shannon?
Yeah, she was affiliated with me.
With you, okay. And in that case, you were charged with possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, possession of firearm with an altered ID, possession of firearm during commission of a felony, possession of firearm by convicted felon, failure to obey stop sign, and failure to maintain lane, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And is it fair to say that you were pulled over for failing to obey a stop sign?
Yes.
And failing to maintain lane? Okay.
Yes.
And you were driving?
Yes.
Okay. And where was Shannon in your car?
Backseat.
Talking about humbug. Boy, they got locked up on the humbug.
Okay. In that case, then 12 days after the last case, drugs and a gun were also found, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And in that case...
So he literally got locked up for the whole car stolen thing, and when they pulled up on him for the car stolen thing, he seen somebody sitting out there with a mask on, so he got the gun beside him, like, nigga, what up? Throwing up whatever signs, so they say. And then when he realizes the police, he tried to run, throw the gun, they found the gun, he went to jail. Nigga got out. 12 days later, he get locked right back up for riding around with a gun, some pills. That nigga thought he was just about to get right back on. That nigga probably just got back on his feet. He got about 34 bags, $350 plus, $130 in his pocket. Got a couple of pills. About to go back to the trap. Hey, riding around the neighborhood, got pulled over and got bammed up 2 weeks later. Damn.
Is this bag where the drugs were kept?
Yes.
And this bag was under the front passenger seat, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this bag was present in the car the day that Shannon was with you, correct?
Yeah.
But 12 days before, an identical bag had drugs in it and Shannon was not with you.
Yes.
Well, that definitely says that that's his. So it sounds like, yeah, that was your shit. If you got caught with the same type of bag with the same type of dope in it, this nigga was just a crash dummy. Stay getting locked up on some dumb shit.
In this case, the second case, the one with Shannon, do you remember how much marijuana and or pills were in the bag?
No.
Okay. To your recollection, was it weight or was it a petty amount?
Petty amount.
As to vagueness of the word pay.
I'll say
Isn't that? You pled to the drugs in this case?
Yes.
And you pled to the gun in that case, correct?
Yes.
Those drugs that were in that tan bag under the passenger seat on July 15th, 2015, those were your drugs?
Yes.
Did Shannon have any ownership of those drugs in any way?
No.
Did anyone else here own those drugs in any way?
No.
Did anyone have a claim to the proceeds of those drugs other than you?
No.
Okay. And same thing back in 2015 when you were charged with this case. You pled guilty and you served your time, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And back in 2015, the state never charged you with gang crimes in this case.
No.
They never charged you with a RICO conspiracy in this case.
No.
I'm going to ask you, Mr. Stevens, and we're almost done, okay? To look at 16U again. And that's the plea agreement that that you signed on December 29th of 2022, correct?
Correct. Yeah, look at this thing real quick. Now, this is the important part right here, if I believe this is what I heard earlier.
Excuse me, yes. Excuse me.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, and you signed that plea agreement after being held at the Fulton County Jail, Wright Street, for 7 months, correct? About 7 months?
I think so, yeah.
And as part of this plea agreement, you were allowed to go home?
9 months. Oh, yes.
9 months. Yeah, you got to give me every one of them months. But that's 2 whole months, nigga. You know 2 whole months in the county, like, shit.
Now, Mr. Stevens, do you have any legal training, you personally?
No. No.
Okay. The factual acknowledgments that you initialed, do you remember those?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay. Did you type them up?
No.
Do you know who typed them up?
That person, excuse me, no.
Okay. Could you go to page 1 at the top? Do you see a like a company logo at the top of that document?
Yeah.
Okay, and whose logo is at the top of that document?
District Attorney, Atlanta Judicial Circuit.
So that plea agreement has the insignia of the Fulton County District Attorneys on it?
Yes.
Okay, and who's the name on the left side of that document? The top left.
Excuse me.
Did this nigga just hit himself in the face with the paper? Man, stop it, bruh. That nigga sleepy or just slow as hell. Look what the nigga did, y'all.
The agreement has the insignia of the Fulton County District Attorneys on it?
Yes.
Okay, and who's the name on the left side of that document? The top left.
Excuse me. Fannie T. Willis?
Bonnie Willis?
Yes.
Fannie Willis.
Does it say her title on that document? Does it say District Attorney?
Yes.
Okay. Now, whomever prepared this document, when you received the document, was it your understanding that you could... Was it your understanding that it was okay to refuse to initial?
Oh, he was covering his mouth. I was going to say, God damn.
Those acknowledgments?
My bad. What the first part was?
When you received those documents on December 29th, was it your understanding that you could just refuse to initial certain acknowledgments?
No.
You had to initial all the acknowledgments, correct?
Yes.
For the plea to go through?
Yes.
For you to go home?
Yes.
Okay. Could you look at factual acknowledgement 1 for me?
140?
1. Number 1.
Yeah.
Factual acknowledgement 1 says, Young Slime Life, aka YSL, is an organization made up of 3 or more members or associates who share common identifiers that include but are not limited to colors, hand signals, and terminology. Who have committed crimes intended to increase the notoriety, street credibility, and reputation of YSL. So, and you initialed that on December 29th of 2022, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just break that down a little bit. 3 or more members or associates. The number 3, was that a number that you came up with and told the state, make sure you put 3 in there because that means something to me?
No.
3 or more, was it your words or whomever wrote the document?
Whoever wrote it?
Okay. What about, do you go around, in your everyday life and wherever in Atlanta you are, whether it's Buckhead, Cleveland Avenue, Moreland Avenue, do you use the word common identifiers a lot?
No.
Are those even one which you identifiers?
Oh, shit. My bad, y'all.
I know I've been... Mr. Sharp, for you.
Colors, hand signs, and terminology. Are those your words?
No.
Mr. Sharp, before you pose question, and
so pretty much he was just getting into just the words that they put in that plea agreement. Like, okay, you wasn't saying this stuff. they put all this stuff on the paper and they made you just plead to the agreement, right? So it wasn't like you was saying all this terminology, like, you know, that all these big fancy words. We know you ain't responsible for that. And we almost done, y'all. They took a lunch break. It didn't take them too much longer after lunch break. Because then they end up having some kind of issue. So,
I don't know.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
oh yeah, so after he got done, she came back up and she started asking him questions about if that what Thug stands for, truly humble under God. She started questioning him about, have he ever heard Thug say that in the song? And, you know, he kind of couldn't answer that, but we ain't gonna go through that part.
That's a payment.
All right. Who did that with? Just want to make sure we're doing the same thing.
Yes.
Okay. 2005. I'm sorry, 2021, February 5th, 2021. Around that time, would you have occasionally stayed at the web?
2005?
No, 2021.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I'm gonna slide up, man. We ain't gonna sit there and I really ain't like how she just tried to come back on the double slide. But I mean, it ain't about what I like. But they did get to a point where I want to say the defense lawyer was asking some questions about his plea agreement. Maybe it was about to come up. He was asking some questions about the plea agreement that even if somebody in the courtroom was innocent, according to his plea agreement, he could not say that they were innocent. So maybe it was about to come up. I was thinking maybe it's a little bit later. Hold on. Maybe I'm stopping it right before it was about to happen. Because we got to wrap this up.
Now, you were asked by Mr. Steele about being kicked off of a tour. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And you were asked whether that was the reason you weren't at Jeffery Williams' concert when he was in Hollywood, Louisiana. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And is it your testimony today, not last week or week before, that was the reason you weren't at his concert?
I ain't able to give man one of y'all reasons.
Okay.
Well, I probably told you that. What I say? It didn't make sense to. You trying to ask me something about I already answered this, so I answered it how I want to answer today.
Does the truth remain the truth from week to week?
Yeah.
I stand objection.
So, was being kicked off of the tour any reason why you didn't go to Hollywood?
It could have been.
Was Dolly, the defendant Williams' sister, kicked off of the tour? That same tour that you talked about being kicked off of?
I don't know.
Was DK, Walter Murphy, kicked off that tour?
I know I went home.
Was Dora kicked off that tour? Dora Green.
I don't remember who I went home. I know I went home.
Do you remember what?
But that nigga getting spicy now. I forgot about this part. He gonna get spicy with her.
Any of the people who were with you at the compound at night were kicked off?
Ain't no use to getting spicy now, nigga. You about to get locked up and you done snitch.
I know I went home.
Now, Mr. Matthews just asked you about factual acknowledgement number 14. Looking the same thing. Was he 30 deep?
He hung in Canada, but he from Thomasville. You gotta be from these places to be saying it.
What other? Is he 30?
Yes.
What about Little Woody? Was he 30?
Yes.
And did he have to leave 30? Or was he able to be YSL and 30?
I don't know.
When you and the defendant Williams and DK or Walter Murphy, when you all formed Young Limelight, what were the membership requirements? None. How did you all decide who would or could be a member of Young Limelight?
Nobody never did.
And when you say that people are members,
She sound like she asked a question for the defense. Like, that don't make no sense.
versus associates, is it still the case that you recognize a difference? That there's a difference between a member of Young Limelight versus an associate?
Yeah.
You talked on cross-examination about living at, an associate living at the apartment where you were arrested and were charged with aggravated assault when you flashed your gun at what you later learned was a law enforcement officer. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Was that your car that the law enforcement officer was looking at that was 25 yards away?
I've never seen anyone looking at the car.
Did your associate come inside? What apartment did your associate live at? What apartment number?
I don't know the apartment number.
Was your associate arrested?
No, I was the only person arrested.
Do you remember speaking with your associate about somebody looking at a car?
No.
Mr. Sharp asked you about Biggs selling drugs on Cleveland Avenue. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Is Biggs' name Darius Ford?
Yes.
And is he the young man whose life was taken along with
Speakers. Sofas, beds.
Was the web an apartment, a house, a standalone building, or something else?
A house.
So now she going back to asking about the web, about Spider. Oh, man.
Did you live at the web?
I've spent the night there.
How often did you spend the night at the web?
I can't have a company where I stay at, so whenever I have a friend or something, I go to the web.
And the where you stay at testified earlier.
That nigga said I can't have company where I stay at, which means this nigga stay with his grandma. So he'll go over there and stay at Young Thug Web just to get a little coochie.
That it is with a family member.
Yes.
And is that the family member that you've been living with your entire life?
Yes.
Did you have to pay that family member to live there?
No, just clean up.
That's reasonable, though. You agree?
That's a payment.
All right.